The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 481, being recorded on March the 24th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Gunny. Welcome.
Hey, you welcome back, Jesus. You're welcome back.
I'm
good to see you back.
I'm back. Welcome back, me. Woo! I'm back.
Yeah.
Also, from Little Big Ohio, sitting somewhere in, is it Columbus? Yeah. The Mayo, Steve Willier is back. Woo! Welcome back, Mayo. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mayo.
Yeah, you got it right.
Hey.
Big old Columbus over here.
I was gonna say Cleveland, but only because I was listening. I was listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony earlier today or something, and they're from Cleveland, so like it reminded me of Mayo. Trust me, bro. I don't know how I associated Bone Thugs and Harmony with you, but I do because they're from Cleveland. Okay. and that's in Ohio.
Not the white nationalists, yeah.
All right, so yeah.
All right.
Have you ever?
If you want a better image, who is it? It's oh crap, what's his name? Is it the guy that he's saying because I got high? He lives in
Afro
Cincinnati.
Man?
Yes, Afro Man is in Cincinnati. That makes you feel better.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Well, Afro Man and Bone Thugs.
That's a weird thought, like Afro Man lives in Ohio. You know?
Well, the crazy part is Bone Thugs and Harmony. Have you ever listened to those fuckers? They're like the most gangster rap ass motherfuckers ever, dude. They're talking about shooting people and shit and all kinds of crazy shit, doing drugs, and they're from Cleveland.
That's funny. That's like an super old. I feel like that one's super old because I remember when my brother, and I'm old now, of course. I'm old being Gunny, but my brother used to love them. And so I always assumed they were like from the Bay Area or Oakland or Compton or something.
They're always talking about how they're from Cleveland. They're from Cleveland. So, you would assume they're like some kind of West Coast gangster rap shit, right? But no, like they sound like NWA, but they're from fucking Cleveland, dude. But no, those guys are real thuggish motherfuckers, though, because I knew a guy. So back in Vegas, my friend, I had a friend who was like my best friend. I kind of lived with him for a while. And, when I was in Vegas, I was a hoodlum, but he had a grandma. It wasn't really his grandma. She was more of a drug dealer lady.
And everyone,
yes, everyone in the hood called this lady Grandma Santa because that was just her nickname, Grandma Santa. So Grandma Santa. Well, in Spanish, Santa could mean like a saint, but like a female saint. So that was her name. Her name was Grandma Santa. So Grandma Santa, she had like a son, and this dude, all they did was sell drugs, dude. I mean, that's how these people did. Like, that's how they made their living, all right? These people sold drugs. Anyways, can't give away too many details, but allegedly, the dude who lived with her son, I think it was her son or her nephew or something, he was telling us how back in the day when Bone Thugs and Harmony went on tour, like in the 90s, like in the mid 90s, that he was their bodyguard. And he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I fucking rolled with those guys everywhere. He's like, we had fucking guns and shit. He's like, I had a fucking Uzi. He's like, I ride around these motherfuckers and I had an Uzi on me. He's like, because these motherfuckers were legit, like, they would go to, like, concerts and, like, fight people and shit, dude. Like, they start fighting with gangs and shit, and gangs would try to get fucking retaliation and drive by and fucking do crazy shit at them. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But he said all they did was smoke hella weed all day on the tour bus. Just smoke so much weed. He's like, you'd be so fucking high just been standing in the bus. Like, you're just standing in the bus and you're high out of your fucking mind because those guys were just smoking weed all fucking day, dude. He's like, I don't know how they could sing so well because they were fucking high as hell all day long. And I was like, oh, sounds like the life, man. Sounds like a gangster rap group life. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fun times. Fun
That's
times,
right,
man.
because I was in school. I might have been in high school at the time. Well, they probably came out before, but I remember there was a I mean, yeah, like there was a guy, he used to listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and he was always like, every time like we go on break, like he was always going out to light up a joint, you know? Like, because back then, like, yeah, there was no
Yeah,
fucking
back then,
edibles or anything, right? Like, who's
yeah,
got a
back then
lighter,
you,
you know?
yeah, back
Yeah.
then you used to roll a joint and smoke it.
Yeah, you had to roll it back then. Like, but I never, like, I always smoked cigarettes, but yeah.
Apparently,
Always.
these guys are still doing like events. They got like a one coming up in Chicago, one in New Mexico, one in Washington, even in Everett, Washington. Yeah, they're still around. I don't think they're as big as they used to be, but a lot of kids still listen to them. Like kids still listen to these guys. It's kind of crazy to me how like a lot of kids still listen to like Tupac, Biggie,
Yeah.
like those guys, like that music. Even though like you would think like, oh, kids don't listen to gangster rap these days. No, these motherfuckers do listen to gangster rap. Like some hardcore ass fucking Tupac and shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just become mainstream, I think. You know, like this
Yeah.
type of rap.
You know, and then also you figure, I figure like now for some, like when we say kids, right? They could be 12 or 18, but like they just
Yeah.
have access to so much on whether it be
Yeah.
any kind of music
Spotify and all
app or
that shit.
anything, right?
Yeah.
Could be something they
Yeah.
heard on TikTok or
You know, yeah, a lot of it is the shit that they hear on TikTok. Like someone who used an old song on TikTok, next thing you know, they're all listening to that shit because they
yeah,
heard
they're
it on
Googling it
TikTok.
or whatever. Like, where do they find that music? You know?
Yeah, yeah, you're right, completely right. But yeah, Mel, I associated you with Bone Thugs and Harmony, just so you know.
All right, that's
I
good to know.
Mel was like, I've never even heard of these guys. Mel was like, who the
No, I know
fuck?
who they are.
Mel listens to these guys in this Camaro, all right, guys?
Hey,
Don't
no.
let Mayo fool you guys. He's bumping Bone Thugs in his Camaro,
No,
driving
maybe
down to
It's not
Cleveland.
Aerosmith, right? It's,
some Tupac, maybe, but
He's got Bone Thugs and Harmony going full blast. He's going down to Cleveland in the hood. He's out there doing the side shows in the Cleveland, blocking off the roads and doing donuts while playing Bone Thugs.
he's got his hair shaved, you know? Just call him Vin.
right.
Yeah. Or yeah.
You know, that thing in Portland, the sideshow thing is kind of like dying down up here. It used to be really, really, really like bad a few years ago. Where like these fucking like it'd be like a fucking Need for like not a Need for Speed. What's that movie?
Fast and
Like
Furious.
Fast and the
Yeah.
like Fast and the Furious 1 and 2, bro, where motherfuckers would block off the whole road and start racing and doing donuts and fucking burnouts and crashing cars into each other and running people over, and that shit happened like every weekend in Portland for a while, and the cops wouldn't do nothing about it. They would just let these guys do it, and I think finally people got tired of it or whatever. Like people finally said, like, you know what, this is bullshit. We're tired of this shit. So I think that the chief of police finally listened, and I think they're doing something about it now. Like they're actually like arresting people
I was
and impounding cars.
I was on TikTok the other day, and I ran across somebody live doing some Camaro footage, right? And so I started talking to him about some Camaro stuff, and all of a sudden he's like, "Wait a minute!" He's like, "Your name's Mayo." That's what it was on TikTok too, right? And he's like, "You better have a white Camaro with a name like Mayo." And it went on and on. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I said, "It's like my gamer tag as well, you know." And he started talking, and I'm like, "Yeah, the Cameo," and he just starts laughing, like he could not like stop. he's like, "That's fucking nuts." He's like, "It's the craziest thing I've ever heard," and he was just going on and on. And then I told him, I was from Ohio, so it's like the Cameo from Ohio.
Either
That's
the
good,
kids,
yeah.
the kids on the TikToks know you, Mayo.
Yeah,
They know you. Yeah, see, Mayo is known. Yeah. I always see, like, every so often, I see a white Camaro around here, and it always reminds me of yours. Because it kind of looks like yours, except yours has, like, don't you have, like, black, like, you have black, like, you have a spoiler, right? And then, like, isn't your
Yeah.
hood, like, black or something? Your
no, the
or
hood
something?
is white with black vents on it.
Yeah, you have black vents, right? And then you have, like, don't you have, like, a black lip on it or something on the front? Or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
it's
like
got a
that?
splitter and side skirts and all that are
Yeah.
gloss black, and then it's got black
I see like
rims.
I see one that's white, but it's like all white. It has some black on it. It
Yeah.
has like black rims and like some black accents on it, but not like yours. But it does remind me
Yeah,
of yours.
gotta
I'm
break
like,
it
that looks
up a
like
little bit.
Mayo. That kind of looks like Mayo's car a little bit.
You know what I always see,
Yeah.
Mayo, and I can't remember. I think it's around, and I don't know if it's more than multiple Camaro owners that have it, but I'll see the Bumblebee. Remember, I sent you a picture one day,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I think I still see like it's probably got to be that same guy. I'll see them around either this town or the town north of me.
Yeah, they made
I'm
so
thinking like
many
it's the
Bumblebee
same car.
editions. Actually, they had like a actual
Yeah.
Bumblebee
Oh,
edition.
is that what it was?
Camaro.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They have like the little Bumblebee logo on it or whatever.
Yeah. So it must be different people then, because I'm like, oh, it's him again with the Bumblebee car.
The one car I see around here a lot, though, that everyone seems to have is those Hellcats, like those.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're like in
those things are everywhere. Yeah, it's like it's kind of played out now. Everyone has that car, dude. Like they're not even that cool, to be honest. They're kind of like overpriced and
yeah,
they're very easy to
not a
steal.
fan.
No, that's like the one thing that people say. They're very easy to steal, and like they're pretty easily targeted because they just steal them and strip them. So yeah, you're kind of screwed if you have one of those. But it is what it is. So that's what you want to spend. You want to spend 70 grand on a car to get stolen. Go ahead.
Better off stealing a Tesla and burning it, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Leave my Camaro alone.
You can follow us at _horriblegamers on the X. You can also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And Gunny, it's not just 3 stars, Gunny. They could leave 5 stars on Spotify, okay? Because of you, now we have 3-star ratings. All right. And that's like average, bro. That's like below average, Gunny, okay? No, you just tell people to leave the max. Don't tell them to leave 3 stars. It's like, oh, well, you guys can only leave 1 star. Go ahead, leave 1 star. No, fuck you. Leave 5 stars, you motherfuckers. God damn it.
Now we need 6 stars for a while.
You can join our Facebook group. Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is a closed group on Facebook. We also have a Facebook page. And we also have a Discord. Join the Discord. The Discord link is in the show notes. So just go to the show notes. You'll see the Discord link. Click it. It'll open the Discord app on your phone or the browser. And it'll log you in. If you're already logged in the app, it'll just invite you. It'll just pull you straight into our server. That's how easy. It's so easy. It's a one-click thing. You just click it. It'll open your browser up. And it'll open up your app. And you're in our server. And it'll say, do you want to join this server? And you say yes. And then you join. Facebook group, you have to answer a few questions to get in just to make sure you're not a bot trying to sell Ray-Bans. And big shout out to Phantom Mech for the intro music. And Brooke for free for the Night Owl outro music. But you know what? I think this week I'm going to use Ricky Alfaro's music. It'll be fitting for the show. Anyways, let's talk about things we've been doing, things we've been playing. Last week I wasn't here because I was, in fact, in California, Gunny. I did go down there
Not
for a day.
near me, though. You were still north of me, right? A couple hours?
Yeah, I was near Chico. So, I was maybe an hour or 2 away from you, from the Bay Area. But pretty close to you. Actually, not too far, really. But California is big, man. Like, people don't realize how big that fucking state is. That state is fucking huge.
It's long,
California,
right?
Yeah, it's bigger than like some European countries, bro. Like, like seriously, California, it's fucking huge. Like, it's not as big as Texas, but it's just very long, right? Like, it's a very long state. Like, to drive from
like
top
if you
to
took
bottom.
Texas and turned it sideways, but like the length that it takes to drive from one end to the other, it's going to take you 12.
How long
hours.
is it, like east to west? Like
not that long. East to west, it's probably like 6 hours, 7 hours.
Yeah, like if you were on the interstate, and it's not like in the winter, it's not snowing, like you can get through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think Ohio east to west is probably like 5 hours.
You serious?
Yeah.
Oregon east to west, it's like 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours maybe.
We're probably about 5 hours north and south and east and west.
And then from like Portland, so we're like we're really close to Portland where I'm at. So from us to Southern Oregon to the border of California, it takes about 7 hours, 8 hours. No, about 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 not hours. That long.
Because here to Eugene is 3 hours, and that's about the midway point. Eugene is like the midway between north and south, and then you keep going past Eugene.
Keep in mind, man, we're doing 70 here, not 100 in a Camaro.
Yeah, we can do. Well, the speed limits in Oregon are really slow, dude. Oregon has really slow speed limits. If you didn't know this, Oregon's top speed, like the top speed here that I've seen on any interstate, is 65.
Oh, you know what? I think California is doing the same thing as Oregon. You know how when I go up to Klamath Falls, in the city, in some spots, it's 20. So I think they're doing the same thing. They're dropping it down from 25 to 20.
Damn.
I just read that. I'm like, lame.
Yeah, Oregon has really slow speed. Then it's funny because as soon as you cross into Washington, to the Washington border, you go from going 55 max on the I-5 because once you get past Eugene, it goes from 65 to 55, pretty much all the way to Washington on the I-5 freeway. And then you get to Washington and it goes up to 65, 75. I think the
This
max
is like,
speed.
a freeway is 55?
Yeah, freeway.
Like
is
how many
55.
lanes?
3
Wow.
or 4. I think the most it gets is 3 or 4. But yeah, it's
all of
usually
ours
only.
pretty much either 65 or 70 around
Nah,
here.
bro. Here you get pulled over doing 70. 65 is the speed limit, like the max.
I mean, I typically usually set my cruise for about 80.
Some freeways are 60. A lot of them are 55. Some are like one by me is 60, but it drops to 55. And the cops know they love to park in that little spot where it drops to 55. They love parking there. and then yeah. But when you get to Washington goes up to like 70. Minimum is 70, and then it goes up from there to like 80, 85.
Yeah, I
In
guess I've been in
Washington,
some states where it's like 75, and I'm like, holy cow, this
in
is nice.
Washington, people are fucking hauling ass, man, going like 85, 90 and shit on the fucking freeway because up there people drive like fucking maniac. Washington is like crazy, dude. Like they got bigger highways, but like they got like 5-lane highways, but they're fucking going like 85, 80, 90. They're going fucking quick.
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
like, I remember years ago when I went up to visit Nips up in Michigan. I took the Camaro up there to see Nips, and I was doing like 90 in the middle lane, and people were passing me like left and right, and I'm like, what the heck? And I talked to him when I got there, and he's like, yeah, he goes, you just go with the flow of traffic. You go whatever speed you want to go. I'm like, you don't get pulled over? And he's like, no, as long as you're like pacing with everybody else, they don't really do anything. I'm like, okay. So I'm driving home that day, and I was doing 105
Oh
on my way
shit!
home, almost the
Yeah.
whole way home on the highway.
Yeah.
And we were passing cops that were sitting in the median and stuff. And yeah, they just sat there. They wouldn't do anything. I was just pacing with other cars, running 105 on my way home. Then
That's
I hit
crazy.
Ohio and had to slow down to 65. It felt really slow. I'm like, oh man.
In Oregon, if you're the car that's behind everyone, so like say you're pacing the people in front of you, and you're the one in the back, they will pull you over. They'll pull out right behind your ass and pull you over, and they'll be like, "Why were you speeding?" And then you're trying to say, "Well, I was just pacing the other cars," and they're like, "Well, you were still speeding and whatever, so you still get a ticket."
Wait,
Yeah,
you drive
here
in the
they-
middle of the group. Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta say, yeah, you gotta be in the middle of the group. If you're not in the middle of the group, you're fucked. You're gonna get pulled over if you're in the back, dude. So
I learned that when we go on some of these like high speed runs in the mountains with the Camaro and Corvette
Yeah.
groups, and I'm like, I don't want to be the front car and I don't want to be the back car. I'm just gonna hang out right in the middle with the group.
yeah.
and then
Yeah, I get it. No, here that's how it goes, man. So yeah, but yeah, I was laughing when Gunny said, "Be careful, the roads are slick." I was like, "Fuck you,
I don't know.
Gunny! Shut up, Gunny. We talk about the roads are slick. We literally drive in the rain like all the time here.
We don't. It does not rain here, so we don't know what that is.
It's always raining here, man. Like 99% of the time, it's fucking raining here, and the other half, it's fucking frozen, or it's foggy, or it's snowy. So
yeah, tell Gunny you drive uphill on a freezing rain day. You know,
yeah,
that's
those
slick.
are fun. Those are going downhill on a freezing day.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Don't jab the brakes. You could spit out.
There's nothing funner than being at a stoplight when the fucking ground is frozen and your car is sliding sideways, and even though you're completely
Yeah.
stopped, and your car is just sliding toward the sidewalk, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna hit the curb, and you're just waiting for the car to hit the curb, and it hits the curb, and you're like, oh shit.
We would panic if that happened in California.
That happens here quite a bit, man. So, but yeah, we made it there and back pretty good. It was an okay trip. I didn't drive at all. My girlfriend drove all the way there and back. I gave her props. I'm like that. I was like, this is kind of nice. I just get to sleep the whole time, sleep and wake up every once in a while and tell you how you're doing, and then go back to sleep. That's pretty nice.
Nice.
This is kind of nice doing that. But yeah. Anyways, enough of that stuff. Playing games though, I played a few games. So last week, of course, I did play some more Kingdom Come Deliverance. I haven't gone far in that game. I'm stuck. I'm like stuck.
What do you have to do? Like, do you know what you need to do?
I have to go find the fucking. I gotta find the devil's gang, dude. I gotta find his homies, and I found like 3 of them. And then now it's like, okay, you found 3 of them, but like where the fuck is the other one? I don't know. So I gotta go find these other ones. I don't know. I don't know if I'm done with the game for now. If I tired myself from the game, but I haven't gone back to it because I've been playing a lot of other shit. So I've been playing a lot of I played some News Tower this week. I played a lot of Dome Keeper. Dome Keeper is fucking dope, dude. That thing got an update, and it has like all these challenges now and shit that you could do, and it's a lot harder. And I've been trying to grind that, trying to get my dome upgraded, and it's really hard actually. I keep failing like left and right, just fail. I keep dying because my dome gets destroyed. But I'm trying to figure out how to beat that, and I'm trying to do that. But that's Dome Keeper. Besides all that, though, I did play some more Call of Duty, and it's Call of Duty. I think I'm done with Call of Duty this year. So I made it to Prestige 8. I haven't gone to Prestige 10, which was my goal. I don't know if I'm going to reach it because I'm kind of bored of the game. I'm kind of like done with Call of Duty. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now, till the new one comes out.
Yeah.
Just till the new one comes out. I mean, I'm kind of done, man. Like, I don't know, like
Gunny,
like
in
nothing.
6 months, I guarantee he's gonna be like,
October.
"Oh, motherfucking duty," you know.
Yeah,
Call of Duty's fire.
that's in October though. Like
Caught in the season pass.
He'll be drinking Mountain Dew,
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
eating Taco Bell. I don't know.
Taco. What else? Doritos.
I mean, if we didn't have like all these great AAA titles out, like Monster Hunter, Assassin's Creed, Shadows, like I mean, there's so much out now, right? We're bursting at the seams, I think, with great games.
And like Monster Hunter, I tried that a little bit, and I've got it to run pretty decently. So I was able to enable. So with some stupid fucking YouTube hackery bullshit, I downloaded DLSS Swapper. I downloaded some INI files. And I did some swapperoo shit in my game where I was able to install DLSS 4.
It's 4, yeah.
And I was able to run it with my
30. Up on that stuff.
And I was able to run it with my 3080 Mayo. So like you swap out the DLSS old whatever version they have in the game, and you force it to use DLSS 4, and it works with your 3080 Mayo. Like your 3080 will use DLSS 4 as long as you force it to use that. So when it runs DLSS 4 and frame generation, because you can even turn on frame gen, the game actually runs pretty like okay. Like it does run a lot better than it does even with FSR. So I was able to get it running like pretty like stable, but like still not stable enough for me. And it's a bummer, dude, because I haven't got far at all in that game at all. I've got like maybe 3 missions in or 2 missions in or something, and I want to play it more, but I can't because just the performance is not there, and it sucks because otherwise I would be playing the hell out of that game. And I'm kind of bummed out about it, right? Because I bought this game on CD keys. I can't refund it, and I'm stuck with it. So it's like, okay, maybe I'll give it another shot in a few weeks when the new patch comes out for it. And maybe they're going to do some optimization with the new patch. But I'm not going to force myself to play a game that the performance isn't there that I want out of it. And it's not stable enough for me to play. I don't think I'm going to force myself to play it because while playing it, I just can't. I don't know, something about me I think it's just PC gaming has fucked me, man. Where like I'm constantly looking at frame rates, and this happens in every game that I play now on PC, dude. Where I'm constantly looking.
Really good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be running at least 60 minimum. It has to be like stable. It has to be good. It has to be like not a lot of frame drops. Maybe like I could deal with some, but not a lot. Like the game has to be running pretty good for me, right? And it has to look good too. That's the issue. I have a 3080. Yeah. It's getting older now. So I'm pushing this graphics card really to its limits. And it's like, okay, fuck, dude. Like, I think maybe at most I could get another year out of this computer that I have.
Is that your plan? You're just going to wait? You're going to kind of skip the 40 series and go right to 50?
No, I'm skipping the 50 series. I'm going to 60.
Okay.
I feel like the 60 series, they're going to hopefully iron out a lot of the issues they have with the 50 series. I hope that they do, and I hope that they not just iron out the issues, but I hope that I'm waiting to see what AMD does, because AMD seems to be playing the catch-up game right now, and they're doing pretty okay with the new GPU that they have, the 90. was it what is it called? The 90 something, 60, 90, 90, 90, whatever the fuck it is. The whatever fucking AMD card just came out. The 900, the 9000 XT or 90 something XT, whatever it is called. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. With that out, I feel like they can do better next year and maybe comparably like be like up there with the base end 60 series card maybe.
I mean, just my opinion here. I mean, I'm not a graphics card expert, but I feel like, and Mayo, maybe you can back me up on this a little bit, because I feel like when there's time for like, okay, so now the 60 series is coming out and I assume it has to come out like at a, probably by a certain time, right? So let's take that 50 where I feel like I bet they were just rushed, right? And they would probably never admit it, where NVIDIA would never say, of course we were right on track. We're where we needed to be. Like, but it sure seems like it was rushed.
I don't know. They usually go about every 2 years, 2 to 3 years between cards. Because what they do, they do like a standard, 40, 80, 40, 90, 40, 80, 40, 70. Then they'll come out with the TIs, and then later on they'll have the supers. And that's usually like the next 2 to 3 years. Like next year, there would be the TIs, and then the next year would be the supers, and then the next year, the next card will come out. And I usually skip every other. So like I have a 4070 Ti right now. So I'll wait till like a 6070 Ti comes out or whatever.
And then I'll do the same thing.
Doesn't the TIs, don't they come out like later this year? Like in July?
Yeah, they usually come out. I think maybe they had the 5070 Ti's are out now. But
they are.
But typically they do that. They'll have like basically this is the standard 70, 80 series would come out. Then like the next year they always traditionally would do a TI. Then the next year they would do like a super, and then the next year it's
last
a whole
year
new card.
Last year the 40s came out, then the 4080 TIs and supers came out, and then
I think
this year
2 years ago
the 50 series came out.
I think it was 2 years ago because I think I've had my card for a year.
That was 2 years ago. Jesus.
Oh, I'm tripping then.
Almost 2 years ago, or it feels.
I'll wait till next year to see what comes out for next year.
I got the 47, the TI Super, so I remember looking at the date.
Next year, I would guess you're probably going to see just a better optimized 50 series card.
You mean vanilla out of the box or what? Because I feel like that 50, just from everybody posting stuff and YouTube and different, like, I don't feel like it was just like one reviewer or anything. Like it was multiple people saying that.
My kind of take is like I haven't looked
this
into
thing did not launch well.
It just makes me want one, right? So I just try to stay away from them sometimes. But I feel like a lot of it now, they're getting to the point where they have to use AI, right? So you're using AI frame gen and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's going to depend on the games to really utilize it. So like these cards may not be a lot more like powerful hardware wise, but they could be smarter. So like, but if the games aren't utilizing that intelligence, then them cards are going to be handicapped until they start having these games come out with that, AI frame gen built in. Then I think we'll start seeing a bigger difference between like a 50 series card and a 40 series card. A 40 series card may just have to like power its way through and just create the frames, where a 50 series card may use the AI and just use frame gen and anticipate what's coming up, and ease the workload on it, and it'll perform better, is my feeling. Because we don't have too many games really that have frame gen and use the AI type stuff yet. So I think when we give it time, some new games coming out in the future, it's going to make them cards look better, I think.
Yeah.
That's my guess. I mean, I'm not positive. Like I said, I haven't looked into them a ton because I know the more I'll look into them, I just want one. And then I'd be like, next thing I know, I'd be like, Jesus, I'll be out here spending $1,000 on a new card just because I wanted one.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that. That's what I'm.
Well, it depends on. Okay, he's got to buy it with Death Stranding too. There it is.
No, I gotta.
He'll buy a PS5 Pro.
The PS. That's right. It is probably exclusive on there for a year.
So yeah, like I said, I think I'll be fine with the PS5 Pro for most major games. The thing is, I want a new PC, but I want to build a whole new PC, and so I think I'm gonna just wait. Just do it all at once and wait. Yeah, that's a better choice, I think. Plus, we'll see what happens with all this shit about all these companies coming to the U.S. and starting manufacturing in the U.S. We'll see what happens with all that, or the tariffs, or how expensive shit's gonna get. Because it might be impossible next year to get one. I mean, you never know, right? With all the tariffs and shit coming in play here.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Might be
I was waiting for that
impossible.
announcement today to see if it was going to get pushed again or decline, but I didn't see anything.
Yeah. But besides all that stuff, and yeah, I did play Battlefield 4, and I went back to Battlefield 4 because of Battlefield 6. You know, people have been playtesting it or whatever. Made me want to. It made me nostalgic for that style of Battlefield. So I went back to Battlefield 4 and played a little bit of that. And man, that game was so good. Playing Rush in that mode. I mean, we got our asses kicked some of the matches. Like our team did not have a chance. It was still fun though playing Rush. And I was able to find some servers that were pretty low ping for me and pretty full of players. It was kind of surprising that they still had quite a few servers that were low ping and quite filled with players. But that didn't happen until I reinstalled Punkbuster, which was weird. Because I first launched the game, I couldn't find any servers with less than 300 ping. Then I shut the game down and I went to the Punkbuster website. I downloaded Punkbuster, the latest version of Punkbuster from the website, from the Punkbuster website, which looks like a fucking website from like 1995 or something. It does. And I
I've been seeing more
re-downloaded
people
it.
play the Punkbuster game.
And then I fucking did that and then relaunched it with Punkbuster running in the background, and I was able to find more servers with low ping, which was really weird. I don't know how the hell that works, but I don't know. That's the anti-cheat they use for the game, so whatever. I was able to find some good matches and play some Battlefield. It's quite fun. But besides, and then on top of that, you know, Battlefield 4, you could run that shit like on ultra settings, like everything maxed the fuck out.
Yeah.
The game looks really good. It looks like a modern game. I mean, the graphics hold up pretty good because everything's like on ultra, you know, everything. You have everything running on ultra and you're getting like 140 frames. It looks fucking incredible, man.
Yeah, even on
But
my
yeah,
1070 Ti, it was like, cool, I don't have to worry about graphics, just run everything on high.
yeah. But yeah, I love Battlefield 4. So good. And I can't wait I think that's what I'm really excited for this year is more the Battlefield game than Call of Duty. I hope that the Battlefield does release this year, which I think it will. I think they're going to probably shoot for like a November release date. And I hope that they fucking kill it because I think it's going to be good. But besides that, though, I ended up playing some Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I kind of want to kind of do like a roundtable discussion with you guys if you guys have played it. Because
I have not. I've only watched a little bit of Gunny playing it. I did not pick it up.
I bought it on Steam actually, and I bought it because, well, I didn't want to subscribe to their EA bullshit or not the Ubisoft bullshit.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to buy it on Uplay, even though I could have. I didn't want to.
Right.
So
it's
I
just
ended up
another place from your library, and you just forget about the game sometimes.
Yeah. So I was able to install it on Steam, download it on Steam, buy it on Steam, and it fucking works. It still launches Ubisoft in the background, like to log into the game, and then once it logs it in, it's good, like it shuts down or something. But man, Assassin's Creed Shadows, it surprised me. I went into the game now watching. I didn't watch any reviews. I didn't read any reviews. I didn't watch any YouTube videos. I didn't look at any Let's Plays or any like opinion pieces about it. And just from what I played myself so far, I'm about, I want to say, probably 12 hours in the game, 15 hours in the game, something like that.
I'm about right where you're at. I think I'm about 10 hours in.
I've had a lot of fun with it, dude. I think the game looks incredible. It looks fucking really good. Nothing that I haven't seen before, though. Like, I've seen games that look better, of course. Like, there's like Cyberpunk, you know, that it does look better than this game. And like other games that look better than this. But the game does look really good on ultra settings. Which was weird. I was able to run it on ultra settings for a while without any issues until like the game started opening up more and more and more and more, and then it started presenting more issues to me. Like the frame rate started dipping and dipping and dipping, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's weird because so the official thing from Ubisoft is that DLSS in the game is in the game, but sometimes it doesn't show up in your set. Like the first time I ever launched the game, I only had the option for FSR and FSR frame gen, so I turned that on, and I had Intel XESS or whatever available for me to enable, but I didn't do that. I went with FSR, and then the next time I launched it, DLSS was in there in the options. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? What the hell? Like, what's going on here? Like, DLSS is in the options. I was like, okay, so that's kind of fucking weird.
And I'm assuming you did update your drivers.
Everything was updated, yeah.
Okay.
Everything was updated, which was weird, right? Because I was like, why the fuck is DLSS? And then I looked at a thing that said from, like, it was like a support thing from Ubisoft on the discussion page that said that DLSS doesn't always show up. It only shows up every once in a while. And they're saying if it doesn't show up when you launch the game, to shut down the game and relaunch it, and it might show up.
I think I watched that same YouTube video for the guy that said to do the same thing.
But
or kill the program.
I did that, and when I switched it over from FSR to DLSS, the frame rate dropped significantly. It dropped like a lot. Like it dropped. It pretty much was like it wasn't running any of the upscaling at all. Like it pretty much said like we're just running everything off of your card standard. So like everything dropped to like 30 FPS, dude. Like everything was, and I'm like, what the fuck? But it's weird because when you enable FSR and frame gen, it goes up to 60 or higher. But with DLSS, everything drops to 30. Even on performance mode, it drops to like 30 or 35. And I'm like, I'm thinking DLSS is not working at all in this game.
Yeah, it's not working correctly. Yeah.
Like they're not.
It is on mine, I believe. I'm getting over.
One night I was with Gunny and we went through his settings and he was getting what, like 110?
Yeah. That was with the frame gen too, correct?
Yeah.
Were you running FSR? Were you running FSR or DLSS?
DLSS. I have not had that problem. I know what you're talking about.
Weird.
It's funny.
Because
I watched this guy on Twitter and he talked about that same
DLSS wasn't helping. It wasn't helping at all. And it's weird because I ran FSR and FSR runs it good. And then I switch it over to DLSS and DLSS seems to like tank the game and like doesn't work. I'm like, what is going on here? Why is DLSS not working in my game? Like, what the fuck's going on? And I've checked, I double checked, I triple checked the settings. I've checked the NVIDIA settings. I'm like, this is not working correctly. Like, it should be running DLSS and it's not working. But that is what it is. I'm running FSR and I'm okay with it. The game looks good. I was able to knock down some settings. I had everything on Ultra for the longest time. So I kind of went in there and optimized the settings, right? Where I dropped some things down to high, some things down to medium, some things down to low even. And the game still looks really good. It's just, I guess, not as good as Ultra, right? But
I wonder if it has something to do with being an ultra wide, because you are pushing a little more pixels in an ultra wide. Even though you're like 1440, you have that extra.
I wonder if that's what it is too. I've always wondered, like, is it my ultra wide that's causing these issues? Because yeah, you're right. It's an ultra, like, it's a bigger resolution.
So where Gunny's running 2560 by 1440, you're running 3440
by 1440. Yeah. So I was thinking about the same thing.
I wonder if you would launch the game in 16 by 9 and just do it by 2560 by 1440. If it would make a difference.
Can you force it? Is that an option?
Yeah, you can change the resolution.
Not that you want to, or play it like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe interesting to see if that makes a difference.
I mean, I could even knock it down to 1080p at ultra wide, which would probably make a significant difference in the resolution. But I mean, right? Like that would probably give it a significant boost.
Oh yeah, I'd give it a big boost in performance.
But do I really want to play at 1080p? Will I notice the difference?
But I mean, if you're on an OLED, I think it's still going to look pretty good. I remember my Switch on my OLED looks great, and that's at 1080p. So
so I'm wondering, should I just knock it down and boost everything to ultra and knock it down to 1080p? Maybe I don't know.
Just see what happens. Maybe it gives you a better playable rate, and you can live with the graphics, style.
Yeah. But the game is fun, man. I've been playing as the chick. What's her name, Gunny?
Her name is something Wei. What is her name? It is Nawe.
No.
It doesn't look like it, but that's how it's pronounced. That's what they keep calling her in the game.
It's Naoe, right? Like that's how it's
Yeah.
wrote in AOE now. Yeah, but and then Yasuke is the samurai dude, right? The black dude.
Yeah. I haven't played him yet. I haven't.
So
I feel like I've
it
been
took a
playing her
long
for 10
time.
hours.
Listen, it took a long, pretty much the entire first act. You are playing as the chick, and then the dude kind of shows up. You do a mission where you go and some fuckery happens where like you kind of get like double crossed by the bad guys. Like they trick you into killing the emperor Obunaga or whatever, right? And you want to kill him because he killed your father or whatever, so you want revenge, right? Because you think he's the guy that killed your dad, and then you go and kill him, and then the samurai dude shows up, and he saves him last minute because he's like his bodyguard. So he saves him last minute, and he's about to kill you, but then he sees like the Assassin's Creed, like the knife on your wrist or whatever, and he's like, "Wait a minute, where the hell'd you get that?" And you're like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I'm gonna stab you in the face." And then like he knocks you out, and then something happens, and the emperor dies, and then the bad guy becomes the new emperor, and now you realize you've been double crossed, and a lot of shit happens. And Act 1 ended for me. And one thing I don't so the two characters are very different play styles. I don't know, like the chick is very nimble, right? She can jump and like do all like this crazy shit, jump off on rooftops, jump from like the ceiling, like the sky, and like land on the haystacks, and she jumps off from
that
the
grappling
roof.
hook is so cool. That's like a new addition, I believe, to the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Yeah, where she jumps off the top of the towers and lands on the haystacks. It's cool. The first time I went up a tower and I jumped off the tower with the dude, he like fucking fell really hard on the haystack and it like destroyed the haystack, Gunny. Like it fucking flattened the haystack out. Like there is no more haystack left.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck!" He was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh fuck! I shouldn't have done that." He's like, "Oh,
a lot of damage though. It does take a lot of damage. Especially with her.
I jumped off a huge fucking tower, dude, and I fucking landed on the haystack, and he like destroyed the haystack and fucked himself up. He's like, "Oh, I shouldn't be doing that. What the hell was I thinking?" And it's like, "Oh shit!" But like, he's not as nimble as the chick. Like when you're playing as him, you can feel his character has a lot more weight to him. He's like a big dude. You're huge. You're a big ass samurai, but you're like a tank, dude. Like you really can't. You're not as nimble as she is. Like yeah, you can roll around and do stuff, but like she is way quicker at moving around, and like she like is way faster. But
didn't I see like he can like break through walls and stuff too?
Yeah,
she can't.
he could like run through a door and like break the door open, and like he has some really cool. There's these really cool moves that like as you're fighting people, right? So you're fighting a bunch of dudes. Because there was a pretty cool like scene where you're going in, like it's raining, it's thunderstorm, and you're fighting like 50 dudes as him, and you're fucking slicing them, and you're stabbing them, and you're doing all these crazy combos, and then like you can press like for me, I'm playing with the PlayStation controller, the PS5 DualSense on the PC, and you hold down like the right R2 or whatever, like the right trigger, and then you press like square or triangle, and the square does like this kick thing where like he'll like kick like the person in front of him really far away from him, and then like the person will go flying. Or you press the triangle.
Spartan on him or what?
Yeah, kind of like a Spartan kick. Yeah, like this is Sparta. You kick him.
I haven't seen it.
And then you can press the triangle button where he like runs at them and he'll like slice through them with his samurai sword. And like while he's slicing through them, it looks like a comic book kind of. Everything turns black and white. And all you see is the blood cutting through, like the blade cutting through them, and the blood splashing out on the screen. It's like black and white. Like it looks fucking cool. Like it's really cinematic. I'm like, that was fucking cool. I want to do that again. I started doing that on everyone. That show is so fucking cool. But yeah, playing as him is really fun. Playing as the chick was fun too, though. But one thing I don't like about this game is at first I was playing it with exploration mode on, where
me too. Yeah.
It doesn't give you any waypoints. It just kind of tells you like, all right, this next mission is north of Nagasaki and west of the waterfalls and south of the forest.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't know what it was.
What the fuck? I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? I'm looking at the map. Nothing is fucking like highlighted on the map for me because everything's fog of war. I'm like, where the fuck is this place? So I'm running around the map. I'm running around. I'm running into enemies left and right, fighting people, fighting camps, and I'm getting my ass kicked a lot of times. I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Finally, I just got fed up with that shit, Gunny, and said, you know what? I'm done playing this. I'm done playing exploration mode.
Yeah.
Just give me the waypoint. Give me the fucking
what it is,
waypoint.
Yeah. What it is, well, I'll tell you what it is, because I had watched a gentleman, because I was like, what is this exploration mode that I clicked on? I thought it was something that was going to be cool, but it's not. So what it is, Mayo, is like you get these scouts or whatever. They're just automatically added to your homestead, your kind of your base, right? Your hideout base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, let's say you get 3 chances, like in the beginning of the game, at like to reveal the next way marker, like to where you need to be, right? To where you need to go kill somebody or talk to somebody. Well, I wasted all 3 times because it was telling me like,
me too.
Yeah, like, okay, go to the, like, it's west of this and it's south of
this and
temple,
northwest.
and you're like, what?
Yeah,
The fuck?
what the fuck? What fucking temple are you talking about? What fucking city is?
Yeah, so if you waste all 3 or whatever, the only thing you're stuck with is YouTube or Reddit or whatever. So then I watched this video. The guy's like, just turn it off. Just turn it off. It's stupid. I was like, okay. So yeah,
I turned it off. But I do realize the scouts do come back, Gunny. So like in the game, there is seasons. When a lot of times, the only time I've ever triggered a seasonal change though was when I fast traveled. So I was like in the city, and I fast traveled back to my base. And during the fast travel sequence, it'll show you like a cutscene, and it shows like the weather becoming all like sunny and shit. And it's like, oh, it's now springtime. It went from winter to spring, and it shows like no more snow, and everything's kind of green and everything's blossoming. And it said, the weather has changed, the season has changed. And it said, now because the season changed, all the factions have been reset on the map. Everything's kind of been reset, and you'll now see the weather have a different effect. Like the weather is more clear now. Everything's sunny. Everything's like brighter outside or whatever. And then, but it also reset my scouts. So like that's how the scouts reset. They reset per season.
Oh, okay.
And then like, but the only time I've ever triggered a seasonal change is during the fast travel. Like I'll do 2 missions and then I'll fast travel again, and it's like boom, boom, the season changed again. Now it's summertime. It's like, okay, now it's summertime. What the fuck? Like that was pretty quick. 2 missions and now it's summertime. And
That's
then
weird. I haven't had that happen yet.
I fast traveled again. It's like boom, boom. Now it's winter again. Now you're back to winter. It's like, how fast is the time flying? The fucking time in super fast mode.
There's something wrong with your game because, okay, when you play as Nawe, like she is like, okay, first of all, I'm also playing this. I bought this on Steam as well. And Jesus, I started off with an Xbox controller and then I switched for like 4 or 5 hours for the PlayStation 5 controller. And it doesn't like it keeps cutting out on me for some reason. I've updated it. It's all good.
What you gotta do is go into your Steam settings, go to the game, go to the properties, and in the settings where it says properties, when you go to the game and select properties, make sure where you go to like controller, do not put where it says let Steam decide what controller input you're having. Just disable that and put like it's something like where you disable that option or some shit.
Yeah, some kind of default.
You force it to realize that you're using a PS5 controller, then it works. Because originally my PS5 controller was displaying Xbox shit. It was displaying like the Xbox bindings,
prompts.
And I'm like, why the fuck are these X, X, A, and B and Y? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not using an Xbox controller. And it wouldn't let me, when I went to the controller settings, it wouldn't let me change to a PS5. The only option was an Xbox. And I'm like, this is wrong. And I looked it up, and people were saying that there's a thing with Steam.
Something about disable Xbox or something. Yeah, there's something in there I remember from watching some videos on that. But and then the other thing is to remember is for the PC Game Pass mail, you gotta make sure that's not on or whatever.
I mean, I just pretty much use my Xbox controller if I'm using
like if you're on Steam or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much only use my PlayStation controllers on the PlayStation because really, I mean, the way the PlayStation works with having the noise coming out of the controller and all the haptics and stuff, it dies relatively quick. So I just kind of rotate those controllers out. I plug one in and I'll play the other one till it dies. And when that one dies, I unplug the one that was plugged in.
Yeah,
and I
you
just
almost
rotate
need
them
two of
out.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
but no,
so
it ran pretty good. The PS5 controller, like it ran
and
really. Like there was no battery, didn't die on me even
I
after
have
like
4 or 5
even after a 4-hour
Microsoft stores.
session.
Oh, I just keep my PS5 controller plugged in.
Yeah, I've got a dock for it.
Yeah, so it never dies. But it works. The haptics work on it, and all that shit works on it. So yeah, you have to go into the Steam settings itself and
Okay, maybe you need to change it.
disable fucking whatever Steam pad bullshit fucking detecting.
But Jesus, Nawe, like she runs really fast in my game. Like I feel like, especially if you get to like, let's say you're going through a village, right? Outside of just the main whatever road, and it's like the horse, your steed will kind of really slow down. So as soon as I get to a village, I'm already like off the horse running, and it's not like she has no, I noticed that she doesn't have a stamina bar. So yeah, you're unlimited. So she runs really, really fast as I run through like a village, and then boom, I'm back on the horse if I'm not going to fast travel. So, but yeah, like before I know it, like where it says like 411 whatever, not feet or whatever, like to the quest marker or the fast travel point or whatever, like boom, like where you can go up on the eagle or whatever. It's like shoot, before I know it, I'm already there. Like it's fast. So I do like that about the game. It's really cool. A lot of fun.
Is the environment as good as like Ghost of Tsushima's? You like how
it's really good, dude. It's fucking crazy. To me, I don't know how the fuck they did this, but like the environment, like the forest, if you're on exploration mode and you don't know where the fuck you're going, that forest, you'll get lost in that fucking forest. I walked into the forest. I didn't know where the fuck I was walking towards, dude. I was just walking in the first. I'm like, I'm fucking lost. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I was going insane. I'm like, I guess I'll just keep walking in this direction till I hit like a road or something because I'm fucking lost. That shit is dense as fuck. You can't see like in front of you. Like it's so much trees and bushes and
bamboo
everywhere. But what's really cool though is one thing, if you didn't know this, Gunny, you can swing your fucking sword around. Like as you're walking through the forest, you can swing your fucking sword around and it'll cut down the trees and the bushes and shit. Like it'll cut all that shit out of your way. Like it's kind of crazy.
Like a machete. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't cut it won't cut like a big tree, right? Like you can't cut like big ass trees down, but like bamboo sticks and like little bushes and shit, you can cut those down because even when I fight people, if there's like a little like even if there's tall grass next to you, you can like swing your sword. If you're swinging your sword by the tall grass, it'll cut the blades off the grass. Like the top of the grass will fly off. It's like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Like the little details like that are kind of neat. But the game is not easy, man. There is some missions where I've struggled. Like I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's too powerful for me. What the fuck? I'm trying I gotta run away from this guy. Oh, he's chasing me. And I'm fucking trying to get away from them. And they got everyone chasing me and it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like it's cool. Like I was really, even after like playing for how long have I been playing? Like at least 10 hours. I was really surprised today where, you know how like, okay, so Nawe, she's got like her primary katana. And then for her secondary, you can equip either something like, I guess you can call them knives. They're not really daggers, right? They could be long knives. Or there's like that thing that swings out on the chain, like we've seen in other games.
It's a tanto knife, right? A tanto?
Yeah, and it doesn't do like a ton of damage, but it definitely staggers enemies, and like you can get multiple enemies in there, so you're doing a little bit of damage. But I always end up going back to the katana because I just feel like there's that impact of like, yeah, what's up? Like
I like the katana too. I put some perk points into the tanto, and I was trying to use it, but I was like, the tanto kind of sucks. I want to put all my points into the katana, so I respect the tanto points, and I threw them all into the katana, and I'm fucking people up with that thing, dude. I'm fucking like slicing the shit out of people with that fucking thing. It's so fucking satisfying, and the gore in this game is crazy, man. Like there's like a lot of blood, Mayo. Like there's blood everywhere, blood sprays everywhere, like
on the walls.
You'll stab someone and the blood will like splash on the wall, and then like usually when you're fighting people, once you get to the last guy and you're about to finish him off, they'll do like both the samurai Yakuza or Yakuza, whatever the fuck his name or whatever the fuck his name is, and then the chick, they'll both do finishers. Like he'll do like a more like a heavy finisher, but she'll like jump over the dude's like head, do like a fucking front flip over the guy and like slice his throat open, like fucking hold it. The other dude will like chop somebody's head off, like he'll just fucking.
Or the other one that she does, the other one, I feel like it's a finisher, but so even if it's like a low level enemy where she'll put the blade in him, right? Like center mass, Mayo, and then it's like she'll go to pull the blade out, just pull it out, and it yanks the dude or whatever towards her. Like if it's not like a big guy or whatever, like, and it just like it's stuck in the breastplate or something. It's kind of gory, you know?
Yeah,
like
gory,
get over here. Like he's like right there. It's kind of sick.
I remember what was Valhalla was kind of the same way, right? It was pretty gory as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
There's lots of gore in this game. There was like one camp where I did a mission in this camp and I had to kill this guy. I had to assassinate him, and I was going to this camp, and it was like a prisoner camp, but it was more like an execution camp. And all over the camp were like these heads. Like
I did that one.
This dude was chopping heads off and just laying them out like on the tables. Like, oh, like look all these people I killed. I chopped.
Jesus, did you see?
I'm like, that's fucking gory, dude. Like all these fucking heads everywhere. Like, what in the fuck is going on here?
So I noticed I did that one today, Jesus, and I noticed when I went down the street, I think to talk to somebody just down the little road, and then when I came back, it said, okay, so there was a lady. She was standing in the front of like that little tiny camp because it's got like a low fence, but I think you can't climb over it. And she's over there praying. And I was like, oh man, like they're still like the heads are on the tables and everything. And yeah, it was kind of like because you only rescued, I think, a few people out of that
like
bunch.
3 out of all the people. Yeah. There's people crucified and shit up on the fucking cross.
Yeah, there's a dude on a cross. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
What in the hell's going on over here, man? It's pretty gnarly, but it was pretty gory. But what I do, one thing that I've done, I don't know, I just do this for fun, Gunny. So when I go on like when I run into like a little camp or like a little outpost that they have set up, and I kill everyone in the outpost, I'll destroy all their flags. I run around with my sword and I fucking cut down all their fucking flags and their banners and all their flags that are hanging up. I slice all that shit up. Yeah, I'm like, fuck you, bitches. so when their friends show
whatever
up,
loot I need to get, you know.
So when their friends show up, in my head, I'm thinking they know someone fucked these guys up. Yeah. But the fog of war on the map is pretty fucking crazy. It's everywhere. The map is pretty fucking huge. It's so big. It is big.
Like, but you can still see a lot at the beginning of the game. I feel like you can still, once you unlock that fast travel point, I guess I'm going to call it that. Like, it opens up quite a bit. Like, it's not the fog of war is not too.
One thing I don't like is that the eagle viewpoints, like Mayo, where you walk up to the big towers and there's like an eagle flying going. Or whatever, like the fucking eagle in the sky, and then you go up there and you crouch, and then it does the little circle spinny thing, and it does like some music, and then it says synchronizing.
Classic Assassin's Creed, yeah.
It does that, but this time it doesn't do anything. I've done like fucking 7 of those, and it doesn't do nothing. All it does is it opens up a fast travel point. So now you can fast travel. Bit.
It's not. But I know what you're saying. There's no cutscene.
You can like. No, Gunny, but like you can look around. It says, okay, look around and highlight things with
left
the L2
trigger,
button.
right? To kind of like show.
So I'm looking around and I'm highlighting shit, but it doesn't do anything on the map. It just says, oh, you found this shit, this question mark, which is over here, but you've never been there, so you don't know what that is. Even though you can clearly see from the fucking tower, that's probably a city. Oh, you don't know what it is, bro. It's just a question mark. It's a question mark. We don't know what that is.
It doesn't unlock anything. It just still shows you.
You don't know what it is, Mayo. You could tell it's a city over there, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah, you don't know what city. That's what it is.
Yeah, you've lived in Japan your whole life, but you don't know what city that is.
Hey, there's no mass transit in whatever year this takes place, bro.
There's
no Google Maps.
You grew up in this fucking area, but you don't know none of the cities around here. I don't know, man. It's just kind of like, oh, really? Bullshit, making me have to walk all the way over there to unlock the fucking city. That's fucking stupid. But you
can run. Nawe can run, and she's got a pretty decent horse too. But you know what?
The horse, whatever.
You know what is cool about it is not every fast travel point has it, but some of them, Mayo, are in they're in like a castle or a stronghold.
Yep.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah,
Well,
you have to get in there, like fuck people up, or just sneak in there and go all the way to the top.
because if you're noticed or whatever, like you'll know when you're noticed or whatever, it won't let you unlock that fast travel point. It'll say, no, you can't do this right now. So you just got to wait
kill everyone
down and then, it'll unlock.
Have you killed any of the Dai show of the samurais, like in those camps and those big castles? I did one today, and actually, dude,
two.
Actually, I did one where I killed all the Dai shows in like a big castle. I think it was like 3 of them or 4 of them that I killed, and I killed everyone in the camp. All the guards. I killed everyone. I even killed the servants. You know, like they have like the servant people walking around. You know, like
they're like the level 3s and 4s. They're just kind of like doing nothing.
I stabbed them all. I fucking stabbed them. Everyone's dying in this bitch. All right, I'm stabbing everyone.
Nobody lives.
Yeah. No, but you know why? Because no, fuck you, man. Those guys, if they see you, they'll take off running to the guards and, hey, help me. There's a fucking guy over here. There's a chick over here. Fucking shinobi.
Oh, yeah, they
help
deserve
me.
to die then. Huh?
Isn't there like,
fuck you. Yeah, you deserve to die.
There's like a bell, right? You can hit the bell. I assume that's like the
I don't
that's
have
like
a
the
bell.
alert.
I don't have a bell,
alarm or whatever.
No, for me, they just all come running towards me and they start fighting me, and then I have to fucking fight the samurai and like 50 other dudes. When I could just lure the samurai by himself and fucking stab him.
You kind of funnel them down, right? Try to fight 3 at once, not 10 at once.
Not 50 people at once. Yeah. But I haven't fought him as whatever the dude is. What's his name? Yakuza? What the fuck's his name? Yakuza? What the fuck's his name?
Is Yasuke.
Oh, Yazuki. I got the letters. Got the letters all fucked up. Anyways, Yazuki or whatever. I feel like I could take on 50 people with him. He's a fucking tank, bro. I'm telling you, man. When you first fight with him and at the cutscene happen, you're like, what the? This guy is beast. He is a bad motherfucker. Like, he can fight. The only problem is that I have right now, though, is all the gear that I got from that camp was for the chick. And like, now that I have the dude unlocked, I don't have any gear for him. He has all his basic shit on. And I'm like, that's kind of lame. It kind of would have been cool, like, if the gear, like, carried over, you know, like, from one to the other. Like, all right, this gear kind of works. Like, you unlock the sword for her, but you also unlock the sword for him. And it doesn't work that way. You unlock it for each one, I guess, as you play. But one cool thing that I did find in this game, Gunny, is when you unlock really good gear, you can equip it, right? And it does change the way it looks. But if you don't like the way it looks and you want the look of the old gear, transmog. This game has transmog.
I just got to transmog. I did just get to it.
You can like change the way anything looks. You can change the way an entire sword looks. If you like the way the hilt of this sword looks, but the guard on this sword, and you want the sheath of this other sword, but you want the blade of the other one, you can have like 4 different blades or 4 different swords and make your own sword out of all that shit, right? Like, you can have this sheath and then this handle with this like guard, and then the blade is going to be this blade. You can like switch it all up if you want, which is really cool. So yeah, I like all that, and I unlocked some pretty cool shit for the chick, dude. Like, I have like some gold level like gear or whatever for her that I have. It's really good. But yeah, man, I am really liking the game. One thing I did though, Gunny, I don't know if you did this or not, but I did, Mayo, was I switched the game over to Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing the game with everyone speaking Japanese and Portuguese, and it's so much like better. I don't know what it is.
I did not do that, but I definitely noticed.
I started the game. I started the game with everyone speaking like English, right? Like, people, they were like speaking English. The chick was speaking. Everyone spoke English. But I was like, it doesn't seem right. Like, everything seems a little bit off. Like, the way they're speaking just doesn't like the emotion isn't coming through. Like, I don't know. It just seems like weird. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a movie that's been dubbed over in English. Sometimes they just
like
don't
anime.
do it right.
Like, my son will only watch the Japanese version and then read the subtitles. And he's like, that's the only way I like it. I don't like having the English because it's
me too.
It's different. You can tell the emotion different.
The emotions don't come through. So I switched it over to Japanese, and the emotions on all the characters, Gunny, like the the chick who's at the base camp, the lady who's helping you at the base camp, the little boy Jinjiro or whatever the fuck his name is, the little fat kid,
Yeah,
Junjuro or whatever,
I know who you're
like
talking about.
him, the chick, Newe or whatever, and Yuzuki and all the like, all their emotions come through so much better, like with the Japanese and the Portuguese voice acting, that I'm like, I'm never going back. I don't give a fuck if every cutscene I have to sit here and read 50,000 subtitles. I will. Sometimes I don't even read the subtitles. I'm just watching it. I don't even know what they're saying. I'm like, yeah, I get the gist of this. That's the bad guy. I gotta kill you, motherfucker, and I'm about to fight you. All right, let's do this. You know what I mean?
What did you? It was funny because like all these things are going through my head as I've been playing the crap out of this game for the last 2 days, and I feel like Naue, she does really well, like in English. Like, I mean, it's great voice acting, and but it's funny you mentioned the other chick at your camp, so at your homestead. I feel like for her, like, is like a little critique where I feel like she just has like, I don't know, like it's the accent is almost too thick or whatever in Japanese.
Yeah.
Does that sound off or what? You know what I'm talking about? Where I feel like
they
not that
have
she's a
like
bad
that.
voice actress, but like
They have an accent, right? Like
where I feel like she's got a super
it's-
thick accent versus Naue, and I'm like, okay, interesting.
it's like meeting an Asian person that came from Japan to the U.S. and they're trying to speak English to you.
Yes,
And
yeah, like that.
and you're like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And you try not to be like a racist, and you're like, I'm trying to be
And
cool,
it's funny because
man.
it's almost like, I almost thought
no.
like is she Chinese? Like for a second, like in my mind, where I'm like obviously no, like she's not Chinese, like, but she was speaking
No.
like one in my head, like with the
Japanese,
accent.
Gunny.
Yeah, I know that's not bad, but that's just how yeah. But other than that, I feel like everybody's like everybody does. That's such really good voice acting.
I'm telling you, switch it over to Japanese, bro.
I'm gonna try it.
It's gonna sound so much like everything just sounds cool. Everything, it just sounds cooler, man. When you're in there fucking like when you're in the shit and you're in like oh, they're fucking, you're in there fighting 50 dudes.
Samurai
you're like,
movie,
fuck
then.
yeah, you're like in a samurai movie. You're like, fuck yeah, bro, I'm in this shit. I'm in here fighting motherfuckers and you got all that going on, Mayo. You know what I just said.
You did that pretty good. Yeah. I won't even attempt to
yeah, when you got all that going on, bro, and you got like swords flying and shit's on fire and the rain is coming down and the fucking building behind you is on fire, Gunny, and you're fighting 50 dudes inside the building while it's on fire, and when you stab the dude and you push him back and he flies through the little fucking bamboo doors or whatever, you break through the doors and you push him back, and then there's 5 more dudes in that room and you're like, oh fuck, so now you're fighting these 5 other dudes and they're like, oh yeah, and then they come at you and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up too, bitch, and then you fucking start fighting them. Oh, it's so cool, dude. You're telling me the Japanese version is the best version.
Yeah, so I don't know, if you had the same thing. So when you first fire the game up, and it's like there's like this prologue going on, but everybody was speaking Portuguese, and I thought, oh, did I choose Portuguese by accident?
No,
because I knew what it was. I was like,
yeah,
I need to switch this back to English or something. Like, yeah,
you know what this game reminds me. You know what this game reminds me of so much that I recommend this show to everyone out there, everyone listening. Is that show on Hulu? It's exclusive to Hulu. It's called Shogun. That show is
yeah, I started to watch.
Yeah. I thought it was actually good. Huh? There's another one, Viking, right? There's a Viking one as well that's really good.
Shogun is so fucking good, dude. This game, if you're playing this game in Japanese, you're gonna be like, this is the same time period as that fucking Shogun show. Like, it is exactly like almost the same time period where you got these Portuguese like priests or whatever going over there. They're trying to spread Christianity, and you got all these people speaking Portuguese trying to spread their Christianity over there, and you got the samurai and the samurai fighting against the peasants and all this crazy shit going on. Yep, same time period. It's just like the show. And in the show, they speak Japanese, right? Or I guess they speak both. The main character speaks English, but like everyone else, it's Japanese. But this is good, dude. This game, I want to say, out of the last few Assassin's Creeds, I have not enjoyed an Assassin's Creed as much as this since Origins. I loved Origins, the Egypt one with Bayek.
So good. Yeah,
with Bayek.
Yep.
I am Bayek Asiwa.
Yeah, what amazing voice acting again with Assassin's Creed.
Bayek was good. But Bayek didn't have to speak Egyptian or whatever, or Arabic. He was cool. Like English speaking Bayek was cool with me.
Right, he had that like perfect accent. Like it was just perfect.
But this game though, it's like the chick does okay. I'm not gonna lie. The chick, she speaks like her voice acting is good. So is the dude in English. Like they're both like the main characters are well done, but everyone else is all the side little bullshits, like the vendors and the other samurai and the random people you're fighting, the random soldiers and all that shit. It is so much better to just switch it to Japanese. And you're like, you're gonna see it, Gunny. When you switch it to Japanese, you're gonna be like, everything just is so much better this way. It just seems more natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change it. But yeah. So far, I mean, I would say like I love the grappling hook. The combat's great. The sword, katanas, everything. Like I got to. There was a part today where, like, that the big fucking samurai that comes along with like the, what do you want to call it, Mayo? Like like a big metal, not a bat, but just like a large, bulk, object or fucking weapon, right?
Yeah, so, I'm not sure what they're called.
Right. So then he's like, that like when it turns red, you can't block it, right? You have to like roll or dodge or something.
Oh yeah, I remember watching you on Discord the other day, and it was doing that, and I was asking you about that.
Just like past Assassin's Creed games, right? So that I know to like dodge either. It doesn't matter, forward, backward, sideways, whatever. So then I was like, and I had already killed the objective was like to like assassinate this chick, right? So then I already killed her. Like I had like, oh cool, that was kind of a one hit. And then it does that thing like Jesus talked about where it kind of goes into like this like black and white thing. Like, and it shows like the blood on the ground or whatever. Like it's kind of quick, but it's super cool. So then like, oh wait, no, like there's still like 3 or 4 enemies kind of left. So then I know to like dodge and roll or whatever. And then there's a guy with a pole, right? He's got like that fucking like the hook on the end of the pole. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna fucking skewer me, man. I'm gonna be like a shish kebab with this thing. Cause he was fucking me up with that thing. Especially if like, let's say you're not turned in the right direction, you have to be like facing them. Like you can't like I did that today where I was like, okay, I blocked, right? But I'm facing the wrong way. And of course I see the pole going fucking, through me, and I'm like, fuck. And that thing like, and Nawi, she doesn't have like a lot of armor, even though you can, you can upgrade what she's wearing. Like that's it or whatever. Like you just hope that it, your damage points are up, but what about your fucking health and everything else? So then, yeah. So like, but I was like, all right, I got this down. I got it timed, man. I got it timed. He's going to fucking like, try to swing or whatever. He's real clumsy with it so that I can get a few really big hits on him, right? So then, no, what does he fucking do, right? Halfway through the fight, he fucking throws that thing at me and caves in my chest, I had to laugh because I thought it was really cool. I was like, whoa, dude, nice fucking move, Mm-hmm. I was like, you fucking won that one. And he wasn't even like an objective enemy or anything, It just kind of threw me. So, and I think even the dude with the pole or whatever, like, he did something too that was kind of out of the ordinary for me. So, where I'm like, oh wow, like now I gotta really like make sure like my finger's on that B button or whatever, or like on the on the fucking circle, like it's got to be ready for fucking anything, because you only get so many heals, like to kind of like patch your character up. So yeah, and then the other thing was like, so you might get to an area, man, where it's like, where it'll say, okay, hey, like you've kind of reached this town. You might just talk to somebody and you might just get information, like a random person. Just like, hey, my life sucks or whatever. Like, I don't know, this or that. And you're like, yeah, okay. Like that was it. That was it, man. Like, yeah, like things are not going well with the government or something, like, all right, that's cool. So then you'll come up to a town and it's like, hey, get a blessing at all 3 shrines, right? And there's people around and, and there's like 2 sumo wrestlers, like just kind of like going at it, right? So you can kind of watch them do their thing. And then there was like this temple and there was a woman there in like her religious dress, and she was doing like something like doing something ceremonial, right? So then, out of respect, Mayo, I swear, like I did not even like go up the stairs. I stayed at the bottom of the stairs with everybody else to kind of, because everybody was like just watching, to watch her perform this ritual or whatever she's doing, like. So I thought that was cool, like, and there was no achievements for it, or I didn't get anything extra or any points, but it was just cool to kind of watch that out and see how what she's doing, and so cool stuff, man. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah,
But yeah, overall, I'm enjoying it too. I'm
yeah.
loving it. So yeah, gonna continue.
Yeah, it's really good. It's actually a really fun game, and I like it so far. And I've heard complaints. I've seen the complaints about people saying that it's woke or whatever. I haven't run into any of that shit yet. I might eventually, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying the game for what it is. You're a dude and a chick who team up to try to take down these people. I don't know what. What I want to know is how. What I haven't got to yet is how.
It doesn't explain.
Yasuke or Yasuke or Yakuza, whatever the fuck his name is, how he knows about the knife, the Assassin's Creed fucking the Brotherhood knife. Like, how does he know? Because he knows about it. He's like, because he even asked the chick, he's like, how did you get this knife? And she's like, well, my dad gave it to me. And he's like, well, who was your dad? And then she tells him, well, my dad was one of the Iga people, right? Or the whatever the fuck the people that he killed.
I think that's what they're called.
And he's like, I fucking killed those people. He's like, but he's like thinking to himself, like, but I want to know, why the fuck is he so worried about the knife? What does he know? Where does he come from where he knows about this knife, right? Like, he obviously knows about it. I'm sure we'll find out,
right? That's the thing, because...
Yeah. I wonder, because I got to the point where him, there was a cutscene where the chick who runs the camp at your home base, and then the chick that you play as, no way or whatever, and the little kid, Jinjuro or Churro, whatever the fuck his name is.
We'll call him Churro.
I'm gonna call him Churro from now on.
That's like Primo. We just call him Churro. Yeah.
His name is Churro. Okay.
Yeah, too many churros, so you could tell.
Churro.
How much Dulce? I don't know.
Churro, no way. The base camp lady and Yakuza. Okay, they were together, and they like I don't know. They like wrote their name in blood or something on a piece of paper, and then burned the paper, Gunny, into a cup, and the cup was filled with like wine or water or something, and they all drank it. And it's like, this is the ego way. We are now on a pact.
Was it? Well, wait. So if I remember correctly,
fuck? I'm like, what the fuck kind of crazy devil shit is going on right now? What the hell is this shit?
Yeah, was Churro? I think were his parents killed? Because that guy that was watching him, he's like a neighbor, right? He brought him over, and he's like, "That's your kid now," and you're like, I guess, yeah, I guess we got a kid now, right? Yeah. So then, yeah, I guess we'll take him in. We're taking in strays. That's cool. So he just kind of hangs out and chills all day.
He's like whatever. So yeah.
But he knows something, right? Because I did play a part when I came back. I did like a major, I don't know what's called a major boss fight, but it was more the campaign. So then he said, don't. He tells Nawe, like, don't go to that city. Don't go. Yeah, like, he was all quiet, and then she's like, huh? We know it's a trap or whatever, but he knows something, Like, well, yeah, he's a kid. Like, he overhears things, like whatever his parents were talking about. He knows that's a bad place. So we think. So yeah, pretty cool, man. But it's been a running smooth. I've got it. I think I've got it at like it's running like anywhere from like 60 to 70 FPS. But I've got like a lot of the ultra high textures on.
Nice.
Yeah. So then, I was gonna run it like a little lower to try to get like a lot of frames, but I'm like, nah. This is like that perfect place for me of where I'm at. So where like the loading distance and everything else is like either high or ultra high. So I like it. It's good.
Nice. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like it so far. I'm gonna play more of it, and it runs on Steam Deck, Gunny. I just installed it on my Steam Deck.
Yes, it is certified. I think I read that last week that they said it wasn't going to be, and then they said it is going to be. So yeah. So it's loaded up. I just haven't played it because I played so much here at the desktop. Like Yeah, I figured and that's the other thing. So when I go on vacation in May, like where I'm like, I already know, like, boom, I'm already gonna have like a lot of the games I already want. So already installed and ready to play. Even though I do play on the Steam Deck every so often, so just play the smaller titles. Kingdom Come Deliverance, it runs on there as well. I believe it's certified. Could be wrong on that. Not everything's certified, but it is playable.
No, it is Steam
YouTube,
Deck certified.
yeah. YouTube is your best friend. Reddit as well. So to get games playing on the Steam Deck. But I do have some handheld news late on that.
All right.
But yeah, other than that, Mayo. I guess I'll just go ahead and finish what I'm talking about. Is I finally picked up Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation. On the PlayStation 4.
I saw you on there the other day, actually. Maybe last night or the day before.
Yeah,
I jumped on and did a quick race, and I seen you were on there.
It's like, I think it was like it's probably been, I feel like it's been 10 years since I played a Gran Turismo, because I don't think I played it when I had PlayStation Plus but yeah, so probably going back to the PlayStation 3 was the last time I played a Gran Turismo game. But so far this one is like, okay, I mean, it's not like I know what it is. Like, it's not like, a Horizon series, like, the music's cranking out something, like some hip hop or whatever. So, but yeah, like so far so good. Like, you kind of started out and it's like, I want to say this, like the music, right? It's probably like, what do you call that? Unlicensed music or kind of open source or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll just say this right off the bat, like, okay, this one's worse than the Forza series. Like it'll put you to sleep.
I remember saying that. Like the music in this game is not that good. Like I think I turned it off.
I did too. So yeah, I did the same thing. I do the same thing with the Forza as well. Like, because it also has the elevator music. But this one was like super elevator. I was like, whoa, shit. But then there was a song that kind of like, I think when you get to like whatever track it is, and then it kind of like it must have had like some either like Japanese pop or something. Yeah, I don't know. But so I'm like, you know what? Here, let me turn that off, put on some Spotify, whatever, and play today's greatest hits or whatever, whether it was pop or hip hop or whatever it was. So yeah, so I'm riding around, I'm cruising in my Honda Fit, Mayo. I got my Honda Fit. I got my other two cars unlocked, which were like, I couldn't even tell you what they were. It was like a whatever fucking small, compact Toyota car or whatever. Like, but I was doing pretty good. Like I played on intermediate, medium difficulty with everything, and no racing line. Just the brake line is all I needed. And coming in third to fourth place. So yeah. So that's been my experience with that. So I don't understand. Okay, so Mayo, help me out. So then like how like so you get like the three things, right? Where you're at that Coliseum. You get like one's like America, one's Europe, and one's I forgot the other thing. I don't know, like how do you progress to the next thing or whatever? You have to do multiple races. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't say like keep going.
You look at the cause. So what you kind of do is you go to the cafe and you pick up a quest there, kind of like, and then it'll mark. Right. Yeah, he'll be like, oh, you're gonna race in this series, and basically when you go to the races, then it'll have a marker on the races you need to do. It'll be like 3, and then you'll beat those races, and you go back to the cafe and you cash it in a way, and it'll tell you like. They'll do like a theme, right? It'll be like a certain cars or something like that. And they'll give you a whole history lesson on the cars, and it gives you a reward after that. Okay. And that's kind of like how it goes. There's no like...
it kind of tells you right off the bat, like, I remember when this game first launched, there was a little bit of controversy over it, because it's like, hey, you got the 3 cars, you've only got 250 more to go, Like, I mean, if you're into the car collection sort of thing,
Yeah, and there's actually cars in that game that's kind of weird, like... you can only get them by invite. So I just got an invite the other day for a special Lamborghini, and it expires over time. Like you can't just buy the car at any time, and you get the invite, and then you can buy it. But you got to have enough money. It's a lot of money. It's like 3 million or something like that. And so there's certain cars in the game you can't just buy at any time, whether you have the money or not. You have to get this like an invite, and it's like at random.
Yeah, and I don't have PlayStation Plus, so it's not like I can do the multiplayer as well. So
yeah, I don't have Plus as well.
Yeah, But at least that's not throwing it at me like you need to be online for this and you need to be online for that. Like, no, none of that so far. Yeah, and it's not throwing stuff like Forza at me. Get the car pass. Get the car pass. It's only $24.99, or you can get these 3 cars for $3.99 each. So that's cool. I don't feel like it's throwing anything in my face or telling me to buy this or that. So yeah, I'll keep going with it. It's chill. It's cool so far. It's kind of like my alternative to the Forza series. So yeah, I just thought randomly, I'm just gonna chill on the couch and play a PlayStation game.
What's kind of funny, just real quick mention is I was in, can't remember what store I was. I was in a brick and mortar store, and they had a physical copy of Forza Motorsport for $15. So I picked that up, and so I'm doing the opposite. I'm playing more Motorsport now than I am Turismo, and because I have bought a physical version of it. So it's just kind of funny. We're doing the opposite thing right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, besides all of my other indie games and stuff, I've been mainly, I don't think I've gone back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think since we talked last, Mayo. Yeah, I'm still just after the wedding, Jesus. That's where I'm at. I went to the wedding and wherever the hell I'm at now. So, I'm going to that stronghold, Jesus, where the king told me to go to the stronghold. So that's where I left off at. We're just kind of here to do things or what. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, there was no real serious objective, just go over there, tell them you're there. I sent you there to do stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. Kind of like this mystery of doing stuff, so I'll go do that. So I'll go rob all their shit, Yeah, I'll go take it all. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of left off from there, but I'm still into it, Yeah, I think about it all the time. But I knew Assassin's Creed Shadows was coming out, and I'm like, all right, man, I gotta set some time down for this one. So yeah, that'll have to wait. I feel like I'm at a good point, a good stopping point. But what about you, Mayo? Anything else?
Really, the biggest thing I've been playing is still Split Fiction, and I tried to get Jesus on the other night and play, but we couldn't hook up. But this game is so good, Jesus.
I'll play it. I gotta figure it out. All right, man. I will play with you. I will make the time. Look, I'm gonna download it right now.
This is like the Split Fiction, probably my favorite game so far I played this year, and it's so.
I gotta get the friend pass.
Yeah, let's get the friend pass, and then you can just I can add you on Steam and just send you an invite that way.
All right, I got the friend pass.
I've continued to play with my son Gunny, and then we continued to pass to where you and I had played, and it does the first time we played it, it's more the sci-fi, and now we're into the science fiction part of it, or the fantasy, I guess, and it was so fun. You become these shape-shifting characters, and the game just throws so many random things at you. You start off, your one character can become a monkey and it's like a gorilla and a koi fish, and the other person becomes a fairy and a character that looks like Groot. It's like a tree type guy. Well, I was playing that character, and so you have to help each other quite a bit. But a little ways into it, my character is the one that writes the fantasy.
Yes.
And she becomes Mother Nature, and I'm controlling the environment. So instead of being split screen how we had it, it becomes just one screen. We're both looking at it, and I can see his character moving across the screen. And you'll have to hit the triggers, and it will make the spikes come out of the ground or go. They'll extract or retract. You're okay. You hit the trigger, and it makes the spikes go down, but maybe spikes will come out somewhere else. And he has to move. I'll let go of the trigger. Now he'll move somewhere else. And so you have to sit there and work together to get your way through it. Well, then later on, you have this tree to climb. Well, you got to control the tree. And so the tree will spin, and you can spin it, and you can make ledges pop in and out. And so you have to pop them in and out for him to jump and work his way too. But as soon as you make one ledge pop out, another one will go in. So they're probably the one that he's standing on. Your partner that you're playing with. So it's okay, you ready? So I'm gonna make him go, and then he has to jump and know that you're basically gonna make a platform for him to land on. And so you go through a couple of levels like that. I'm this is kind of cool. Then there's this weird level you become this big walking tree, and you can you gotta like shoot your way through a couple like gate things, and he's a character. It's like on your back, and there's like these other monkeys attacking you, and he has to fight them off. So he's doing like this fighting thing down the bottom, and I'm like trying to navigate through this area and like shooting some things and opening my pathway. And next thing you know, we find this glowing orb. Remember, you and I had found an orb, and we did not go that way.
Yeah.
So what these orbs are is like a short mission in the opposite universe. And so we find this orb, we go to it, one goes to back to sci-fi. Well, the sci-fi mission we do, instantly we're like wingsuit gliding. And we're flying through, and you gotta dodge things and we're moving through, and you're like, oh, this is kind of neat. And you're chasing like this train, and you're going through and you're dodging all this stuff, and all of a sudden like you go to like a water area and you hook to like the back of this vehicle, and you're like skiing, and so you got these big waves, and you're hitting, and you're like controlling your way through it, and you have to like dodge, like walls, and you got like ramps you have to hit, and so you're like getting these big waves like an old racing game, and you're like hitting these ramps to work your way through and try not to die. You get through all that, and all of a sudden like the game like zooms out, and it becomes like a side view, and you're playing like an old shooter like R-Type, like back in the day, like like there's like a boss, and he's like shooting a whole bunch of bullets at you, and you're trying to dodge the bullets, and you're just, like a 2D shooter. And so you're like shooting him, and then you pick little power ups up, and you have a spread shot or a laser, and you got to defeat that boss. He blows up, and then you cause a glitch again, basically, and then you end up going back to your current level that you were in. So it's just like a little it's like a break, almost kind of like the world that you're playing. It's like, okay, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to send you into the sci-fi world for a minute just to make it not so monotonous in the same area the whole time. And then it warps you right back to where you're at, and then you just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is neat. Well, then we come to this one level, because the game, you just never know what you're going to get into, right? Like, we come across this one level. It's in the sci-fi world. It's like a game show, and they give you a bomb, and you basically are playing hot potato. So you have to go through an obstacle course, and you're holding the bomb, and it's on like a timer. You can hear it beeping, and it starts beeping faster and faster. You're like, okay, I have to throw it. You have to aim at your partner on the other side of the map, and you can see what they're doing over there, but you have to aim at them and then hit the trigger to throw the bomb. And then when the bomb is coming their way or your way, you have to hit the trigger to actually catch the bomb. And so you catch it. Now you're running through the obstacle, and you have to like maybe get to like a high area before you can throw it again. And so like you get to the area, and they're like, okay, I'm ready, like, where you at? And then you get through your part, and then you're open. So then they throw the bomb back to you, and you got to throw it back and forth and get through this obstacle course. And then you throw it in a thing at the end, and makes it explode, and it hurts this like robot thing. And then you do like 5 or 6 different ones of those. I'm like, okay, that was kind of cool. That was fun. And we go back to the fantasy world again. And so we're in the fantasy world, and we're like, oh, we got to hunt the Monkey King. We got to find the Monkey King before we find this evil Frozen King. And we finally get to this Monkey King, and he's like this gorilla, but he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt with like sunglasses and everything. And he's like a DJ kind of guy. And he's like, oh, you got to move with the groove type stuff. And the game becomes like rhythm games. You got to do these rhythm games where it's like the old game like Simon. It's like move, you got to go left, then down, then up, and then left, and then right, or something like that on these little pads. And you're like, okay, so then you got to mimic what he does. You got to sit there and follow him, and you got to try to get the pattern right. After you beat all of those, it gets harder and harder. He's like, okay, then now we're going to do this. You start doing this breakdance thing. And he's like, you got to point to the left, then you got to point to the right. And you're like doing this pattern that he does, and you have to push left. You got to push right. You got to push up. You got to push down, like when he says it. So you're doing like his little rhythm game. And so like this game just continues to throw these little things at you just to break up any kind of gameplay. You just don't know what it's going to do. And it's been so fun. Like I've been really enjoying it. And for like the $50 that it costs, it's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I've been watching little snippets, like, whatever, people put something on like the Twitter X or whatever, like, oh, no spoilers on that, but like, what's he doing in that? Now you mentioned the tree, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
I want to play this.
It's so much fun, Jesus. I think you will really like it. It's one of those games. It's like, I don't know. It's just fun. Like, it's just like you're going through it, and I like it better than It Takes Two, just because like the environment, it's so cinematic and it's so like I don't know, like you can get into it better because it's sci-fi and fantasy. Where like the other ones were like Honey, I Struck the Kids kind of thing, and you're playing the parents. Where this one, it's like it's just action, and they're like two story writers and you're playing their stories. But it's so neat. It's so fun.
I didn't think like it's funny like all week, Mayo. I was thinking like I'm just this farting flying pig, Like I didn't think I would ever like that would be like a memorable moment or whatever.
Right.
But I'm like that was so funny. I'm like I'm laughing, like that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get into. Like as soon as you go to a warp or into another area, you just don't know what's going to happen. You're just like, okay, well now what's going to happen? Like become pigs, and then all of a sudden you're hot dogs, and
then you're on a motorbike in Cyberpunk City or something. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just
cool.
It's so random and so like changes things up so much for you. You're just like, oh, that's cool. I like this. And so far, I'm liking the sci-fi world better than the fantasy, but the fantasy's been pretty fun. Like I'm not like, oh, I don't like this. It's just I like the sci-fi better, but it's just there's just so much going on, and it's just the music's good, the graphics are good. The one thing I think is kind of weird, and I don't know like if you noticed this or not with your PC or not, Gunny. My PC gets really hot playing that game. I don't know why. I mean, I'm getting good frames and everything, and it's not like the most graphically intense game. But my PC will get really warm. I can hear all my fans running, and I can be playing other games and have no issue. I fire that game up, and it's like making my PC run super hard. But
I haven't looked at my IQ software in a while. Like I've just been like focused on gaming and not. Yeah, I haven't even pulled it up.
Next time I'll be able to play with you again or whatever, we can we have to pay attention to that because
remind me and I'll pop it open.
And mine is like running super hot.
Yeah. So I've even got like the display on mine. Like I could even I'd have to like look down there and see what the temperature is running on it. So I've got the really good
it could just be my
cooler
on it. It's getting dusty. I don't normally keep it on the floor, but since I've done this desk set up a little different, I have it on the floor now, and so maybe it's just getting warm because it's down there. But yeah, I fire that game up and it gets hot quick. The fans really start turning on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's gonna like levitate. It keeps it up.
Yeah, some games do it right. Even the ones you wouldn't expect to, Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Gunny, I don't know how much you enjoyed it, but I think the game is just really fun. Like it's
definitely. I feel like it's definitely worth 50. Even if it was 60, I feel like it would be still a good game. Good value.
I feel like
you're going to get your money's worth.
A step up over It Takes Two, and that was a runner-up for Game of the Year. So like this game was probably going to be a Game of the Year kind of game. Like don't know if it's going to win it, but it's definitely going to be, I think, nominated because I think it's better than It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Even like when you played there's a part where we're running across like a bridge thing and it becomes all cinematic. It like zooms out and you're running on the top on your screen, but I have a different angle and I'm running on like the side. Remember, it's like I'm climbing a ladder and you're running up the side of it.
Yeah, there were several parts that were like that.
Yeah, it was so neat.
Yeah, there were several parts where then it was like I was even telling you like, man, I can't get an angle on. I know you're above me, I think. Like I was getting a little turned around even. Just a little bit. And then you were like, no, just go up and hit that thing so it allows me to okay. But then I had to like, because I can't chew gum and think at the same time sometimes. So I'm like, I had to look at your screen and then that threw me off and I'm like, okay, I see where he's at versus where I'm at, like, yeah.
Right.
Like, but just all I needed to do was just, okay, I see what I need to do. Yeah. To kind of get you back or I need to come back or whatever. So that was kind of neat where like you're on a wall or whatever, but you don't feel like you're on a wall, where it's like, you're on the wall, not me.
It's like
I'm on the ground.
On my view, but on your view, it looks like you're on the ground, and it's
and you can't meet up.
With the one character who has the ninja sword, where she can like stick to walls, and so then she just has that advantage, and it's like I'm over here and they're over there on the wall, and like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was pretty neat, man. On them trains and stuff, like the space trains, and that was a really fucking cool level. So
yeah, that boss fight was a fun boss fight too. The one where we stopped at, like right after that, and
where it was like I kept opening up the things for you to shoot that was awesome. Yeah, it was a badass level. So
that's been the majority of like what I've been playing. Between that and I did a little bit more Astrobot, and just did a couple more levels of that, and It's just, it's fun. Astrobot's really good, and it has like a gimmicky level every time. It's like, oh, what are we gonna do this time? And like the last one I did, you become like a metal ball, and you can roll across the spikes. You gotta go across these certain things and activate certain stuff, and it's still continuing to find all the typical, hidden bots, and just working your way through that. But yeah, I mean and then I've been playing Turismo, playing through that, and I'm kind of stuck. Like there's some races I need to do, but the cars just feel like they're too fast and out of control. Like the game, it just feels like it's really crazy all of a sudden. And I'm like, whoa, this like it is like super amped the difficulty up all of a sudden. And I'm like starting to grow away from it. And then I said I ran across Motorsport for $15. So then I picked that up, and so I've been playing through that now. And I beat a couple of the different venues and stuff now on that. And I just finished one today with one where you have to race all the Corvettes, like all the C8 Corvettes. And it's like a muscle cars, and I did all those series of races, and you unlock a Dodge Demon car. And I'm getting ready to do a new series now, but I like it too. I still think I like Forza better than Turismo, but everybody seems to say Turismo is the better game.
It's been out a lot longer.
I think people say like Forza kind of died off, but I would just feel like Turismo it's got some neat stuff about it. But I don't know, like I said, it's just kind of like I just feel like I like Forza better at times, especially like in the rain and stuff like that. The rain is so cool in Forza on Motorsport, like it just looks so good.
Yeah. And I was going to put this in the news. I still didn't add it to the news, but I think so Forza just hit 20 years. So they're doing something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original is 20 years old. So then they're doing something special. I'm assuming it's the creator. It had a Japanese name to it, but it's been that long. Oh, so before that, I don't want to say before Forza. Well, so then there was I can't remember the name of the series, Mayo, but that I used to play on the original Xbox, and Forza did come out on it or whatever. I think it was probably from Turn 10. But I think there was another series that that Microsoft, I guess, had in-house or whatever. Let's see. Now I got to Google it because that's going to drive me nuts. I know I've even got a disc around here somewhere. Yeah. What was it? Yeah. I think it was before Forza, right? Original
I remember
Xbox.
when Forza came out. That's been a long time.
Yeah. Let's see here. If it throws it, says what it is. No, it doesn't actually say, but yeah. So because I see all the original Forza on the Xbox. So, but yeah, I know people listen to the show. They're like, "Come on, Gunny, you got to remember what it was called." Yeah, I forgot what it was, but because I really didn't play Forza until I think it was like Forza 2 until it came to the 360. Because I was playing the previous titles, but that might have been not the UK version, right? It was probably the in-house up in Washington, that they were working on. So, but anyway, yeah, congratulations, Forza, 20 years, man. You did it.
Yeah. It's making me consider like thinking about buying a racing wheel. It wouldn't be ideal for my Xbox or my PlayStation in the living room, but I could set it on my desk in front of my OLED TV over here, and it would work perfect. So now I'm kind of thinking about maybe picking one up. One of those.
What are those things like $150, $200? I don't know.
That LG one that's like or Logitech. It's like a G920. It has that force feedback and everything. It's like 220 new.
Is that with does it always come with pedals, or is that just for like?
Yeah, it always comes with the pedals as well.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about maybe picking that up. I'm finding them on Marketplace used for about 120 to 150. So I don't know if I just want to pick one up used or if I might just buy a new one. Still debating.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you buy the used one, you might get they might smell like Cheetos, Mayo. You might, if you like
right?
Cheetos.
I'd be worried about getting a broken
Cheetos
one
and body
like
funk.
That, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, oh, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about. Maybe just, getting a new one. But
yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to spend the 220 on or not just for just for a couple of racing games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know if I probably couldn't fit one at this desk, even though it's a larger desk. Like my chair would hit it all the time. I'd have to be constantly taking that thing off. And I started complaining about wires everywhere. There's always wires. Yeah.
Yeah, because my desk is 12 feet long. So I could just sit at the right of me and have it right by my TV over there, and it wouldn't be in the way at all. I could just leave it up.
Till your dog chews off one of the handles.
Yeah, until something like that. She pretty much quit chewing on stuff. So.
Oh, good. So I see she's lazy over there, just laying on the bed.
Oh yeah, usually when recording, she's over there sleeping every day.
Nice.
She's like, I'm going to bed. She's like, you're not smart enough to go to bed, but I am. But I mean, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Like I said, I've just been playing Split Fiction, and I've been enjoying like every single minute of it. It's just so good.
Yeah. Awesome. Real quick before we go to the news, what's that game, I've been hearing that's been getting a lot of traction? Is it Repo or whatever?
Yeah,
I know.
Repo. My son picked that game up. I have it in my library.
Yeah. I just been so onto other games where I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's more of because I see all the streamers playing it, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a big
So it's
deal.
definitely a game you have to play with other people. You play it online with friends. And my son, I didn't really watch much on it, right? But I was asking him about it. And he said it's kind of like playing, I'm trying to remember what that one game was called now. It was another indie game where basically you're like workers and you have to go and like collect something. There's like a bee that chases, like a beehive that chases you, and you gotta get the honey back to the ship and stuff. I can't remember what the game was called now. It was an indie title. It was popular like maybe like 6 months ago. But
because I was thinking like, man, it's funny you mentioned that, but I'm
kind of
thinking
like that. It's like you
there's a
get
game
put
called
on a
Icarus
job.
that like where I had a bunch of bees chasing me, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it. It was like a job game. And then there's like another like a YouTube one too you play with your friends where you have to go do all this work and it records you and they can make a YouTube video and stuff. He's like it's like those, but it's kind of like a party / work game where you have fun, you can kind of mess with each other. But
I watched a little gameplay and it looked interesting. It looked like it'd be fun with friends.
It's like $10, so it's a very inexpensive game to pick up.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I think that I'm going to assume that's probably just on Steam. I doubt it's on consoles yet, but I haven't checked either.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
So, yeah. Repo. I thought I looked for it on Steam, but just double
It's
check.
it's R.E.P.O.
Oh,
It
that's
has a
probably why
dot
it
in
didn't
there.
come up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it probably won't come up.
No, it does come up. Okay. Yeah. You just type it in REPO. So yeah, early access, horror, online co-op comedy. Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
So no demo, just $10. Cool.
Definitely it's like
Cool
one of those
party
games you
game.
gotta play with a big group of people. It's not like a
Yeah.
2-player game, it's like a 6-person game,
But it's got overwhelmingly positive and yeah, I don't see any negative comments on it. That's awesome. So wait, that's all we got.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's
All right.
it. News time.
It's news time.
Beep, 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 news.
News time. Real quick before the news, though, I have been playing another little game. It's a little bullshit indie title game. It's called Full Metal Sergeant, I think. What it's called? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Full Metal Sergeant. And it's pretty much like a pixel game, kind of, where you are a drill sergeant in, I don't know, the army, I guess, or Marines. I don't know. But you are a drill sergeant, and you have to train recruits or whatever. You have to put them like in basic training or whatever. You're the drill sergeant, and you have them increase their skills or whatever. And then at the end of the training, they become Marines or whatever, right? And then you send them on a mission, and you control them while they're on the mission, and you have to get them to do like mission 1, and then complete mission 1. Then you can have them do mission 2 right off the bat, or you can have them return back to base, and then you start training the next batch of recruits. It's a kind of interesting little game. I find it kind of funny just because of the humor that it has in it. It's kind of funny. It's text based. Like you read everything, kind of like you kind of read the stats and what's going on. There's a little bit of voice acting or whatever, like the drill sergeant will scream at them and shit. But you the funny part is that like the recruits come in, right? And then it'll show their stats like shooting, intelligence, whatever, like how fat they are, fucking how good their agility is, how good their shooting and all that bullshit, like all that, their strength and all that. And then you build like you can upgrade your training areas to have like a swimming pool, a shooting range, a weightlifting area. And then from there you can put them to train on certain things to increase their stats or take away their negative effect, because they have like negative, like they're called traits or whatever. And sometimes they'll come in with the trait and it'll be like, this guy's overweight, or this guy's too weak, or this guy's scared. He's like really scared. He's just like really nervous or this guy is too stressed out, and they'll have like nicknames for they'll have like sometimes they'll have a nickname for the people. So like if someone is like really overweight, they'll call him like his name is Lunchbox.
Oh, okay.
like oh, this guy's name is hey, Lunchbox, get your ass over here. Then you tell him to fucking go run or whatever. Or the other guy, like sometimes they'll be like really fidgety. They'll have like ADHD or whatever, and his nickname will be like Twitch. Hey Twitch, get your ass over here or whatever.
Right.
And then like you have all these nicknames for all these people, and so yeah, it's kind of funny that way. And but yeah, you have like these upgrades you can get by like completing the training or whatever. And sometimes they'll fail like the boot camp or whatever, because for example, like if they're too nervous, like one of the traits will be like they're really nervous. And if you're not able to control their like how nervous they are or whatever, like if you're not able to calm them down, they'll just quit. They'll like quit in the middle of boot camp. They'll just leave. They'll be like, "Fuck this, I'm out. Like I'm done. I can't do this. I'm fucking quitting." And they'll quit. And then you're down a soldier, right, for like the mission that you need them for. You need them to complete these missions. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little game. The game is done. It's been done for a while. They're saying that they're now fully working on the second game, and they're saying that they're going to implement a lot of the changes that people wanted from the first game. So I'm thinking the second game will probably be a lot more in depth. But it's a fun little like pixel game. Like you just control little soldiers or whatever, and then you can have them do like runs, like where they sing like a song or whatever, like like they do like the cadence or whatever. They have like a song they sing, and they run around the map. And they're singing this song or whatever as they're running around. It's a cool little game, man. I don't know if I suggest it. I mean, I don't even know how much I paid for it to, man. I think it was like $8 maybe or something. It was pretty cheap from when I got it. I don't know if it was on sale or something. It was on sale. But yeah, it's a fun little game. And sometimes these little games like this kind of surprise me, because I'm like, you think it looks pretty stupid. Like you're like, oh, who wants to be a drill sergeant? It sounds kind of dumb. But then you start playing it and you're like, this is kind of cool. Like you get to manage these little guys and like figure out what's going on. One of the times I trained my soldiers up and I got them through the first mission like really easy, because they have like so many supplies, right? Like they'll have like 30 supplies, and they go into the mission. They land on one part of the map, and you got to get them across the map, like by pressing WASD or whatever. You press right, up, down, left, or you can make them go back, and they move one grid. It's like a grid, and they move one square over, or, whichever direction you're moving them. And it'll be like, okay, every time they move a square, they're using up a supply or whatever, like a food supply or whatever. And you're trying to get them to the objective, which is across the map usually. And sometimes you run into enemies on the way there, and they'll have to engage them, or you can sneak past them. If their agility is high enough, they can sneak past these people, or you can have them try to kill the people, and then they'll engage in a fight. Then when you get to the end, you have like a big shootout with the other enemies, and then you kill them. You kind of set up your guys like in cover. You'd be like, okay, I want you to go here, you go here, you go here. And then it'll say like, okay, the percentage of this guy hitting that guy is now 10% higher, and he has a 5% better like defense, like hiding behind cover, because he has a cover in front of him or whatever, and then that's how the mission goes. And then if they finish the mission, they'll be like, all right, we got the documents. And then it'll be like, do you want to return back to base or continue with the next mission? I fucked up and I continued with the second mission. And I was like, fuck it. These guys are doing really good. Let's send them on the second mission. It's like, all right, mission number 2. You have to get across the map and kill this general guy or whatever. It's like, all right, so we're going across the map, dude. We get there. We ran out of supplies on the way across the map, first of all. We have no supplies left. We have my guys are losing stamina because they have because every time you move it without a supply, you're losing stamina and whatever, so their stamina. So you get to the end, they have 50% stamina, and there's no cover for my guys on the map. It's like, just deploy them. There's no cover, you just deploy them. So I deployed them, and I'm like, oh, fuck, they're going to die. They're going to fucking die.
You just knew it was coming.
Right away. It's like, one dead. The other one is like, all you guys, they're all fucking dead. They're all dead. They all died. Rest in peace. You got to start with a whole new batch of recruits. And it's like, oh, man. So I'm thinking the end game is to be able to finish all 9 missions without your guys dying. You know what I mean? I think there's like maybe there's less than 9, maybe there's like 6 or 7 missions. But you got to do all the missions in a row with your squad not fucking dying. So you have to get enough people to fucking do it correctly. But the thing is, the first time that I brought my guys back, it didn't like say like, okay, now these guys will be available for the next mission. No, because when I did the next mission, it was only the guys that I trained. But it did give me the option to like say, okay, these guys came back, they completed their mission, and they graduated boot camp, and they did their mission successfully. You could pick one of them to be like your assistant drill sergeant. So like if you put them on one of the training things, they'll boost that training segment or whatever, that section of training, they'll kind of give it a boost or whatever, you know? So like if you put them in the swimming pool will be more effective at giving the soldiers agility or whatever. Or if you put them in the shooting range, the shooting range will increase the soldiers' abilities to shoot or whatever. So you can like put them in different spots or whatever. And each day that you train, it doesn't go by day, it goes by week. So like week 1, you train people, then it skips to week 2, week 3, week 4. Every week you have so many points you can use up in the training. So like if you have one guy that's just really like he's like in really bad shape compared to the other ones, you're like, okay, I really need to focus on this guy to train up. You can just have him train on everything and use up all the points on that one guy. Or you can have him do like a lap, like I said, around the map where they do like the track. They run and sing the song or whatever. And when you do that, that takes up the whole training. It says like if you do this run, it increases everybody's stats by this many points. It increases morale. It increases their discipline or whatever. But it takes up the whole day of training or whatever. And you can also do competitions with other squads. Like you can say like, oh, we're gonna enter a competition, and the competition is for swimming or for shooting or for whatever. And then you enter the competition, and depending on how well your squad does, you could get extra like ribbons. And these ribbons are used to upgrade your base. Like you can upgrade the base for like you get a better swimming pool, you can get like a better whatever, like a better fucking different things for the base, like just more upgrades. You know, you can train people better and faster. So that's kind of the loop of the game. Every so often people come by and like it'll be like, hey, Lunchbox's family sent him a big package. It's a big ass box. It has it feels like it has a lot of stuff in it. Do you want to give it to him, or do you want to keep it till graduation? And like if you give it to him, you might be giving him a bunch of snacks, right? So you're like, fuck, like I'll keep it to graduation, you know? Or like sometimes it'll be like, oh, this guy received a letter from his family. Do you want to give it to him? And I thought because, oh, well, this guy's having a hard time adjusting. You know, he's really nervous. I gave him the letter, and it's like, oh, the letter's saying his mom is about to die because she's really sick. And it's like, oh, fuck, he's not really depressed. He's like really fucked up now. He's like, oh, fuck, he's on the brink of like quitting. It's like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have given him the letter. You know, like I should have kept the letter. Fuck. So like you get all these like different little events that pop up in the game. There's one where like the chef of the base keeps coming by and complaining. He's like, hey, your guys are being too loud, or your guys are doing something, blah blah blah. And it's like, like after like 4 or 5 times that he came by complaining, I told him to shut the fuck up and to get in line, and I recruited him as a soldier. Now I'm training him to be one of my soldiers. But he was really fat. He was really fat, but the thing is, he had really high like discipline, and he had really high shooting skills. Like his shooting was like at 75, and everyone else is like fucking 16, 20, 25. This guy's like at 75 for shooting. He's like a sniper almost. And then, but he was like really overweight. It said like his weight was like way too high. Like he's way overweight. You need to get him to lose all this weight to lose the foodie. It's like I think it's like a hunger trait where he's always hungry, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get him to lose that, because if he's always hungry, when I send him on a mission, he eats double the rations every time they move a space. He uses up 2 supplies because he gets too hungry. It's like, oh, instead of using 1 supply, you're using 2 because this guy gets really hungry. Now he's using up 2 supplies every time you move. So there's like all these little traits you can have and deal with in the game. kind of a cool little game, man. I suggest you give it a look, Gunny or Mayo, if you guys are interested in that type of shit.
It's on the wish list.
It's yeah, and then number 2 is coming out. I think they said sometime this year. The developer, because they have like a little note on their, you know how they do the patches and they have like a note, and it'll say like, "Hey, we're working on game number 2
years ago."
Yeah,
it's time for the next
and
one.
then and then Norland got another. It got a big. They called it just a big ass update. The developer said, "There's no other way to put this. We're just gonna call it the big ass update." And it's like, what's in this update? A lot of stuff. We updated. They did. They updated so much. They updated the way the AI works, the way the AI in the game works, the way immigration works in the game now. It's so much different. It's harder. That's what it is. They really made it a lot harder. So I've been trying to play that a little bit here and there to try to get figure out what the fuck to do. But my new kingdom isn't doing very hot. Okay, we were kind of broke. We're broke. We have no army, and we're broke. We have no army, and we have no wood and no food. But we're living, Gunny.
The Hobo King. You're not gonna make it, my friend.
We're gonna make it. We're figuring it out. We're gonna make it. We're gonna figure it. We're gonna strive through, man. We are a hard people. Okay, we'll get through the hard times for the good times. Yeah, maybe. I hope. I don't know. It seems like my people aren't doing very good right now. They're all hungry and they're all mad. So eventually, I think I'm gonna get overthrown or something. Some riot is going to happen. They're going to start burning houses down or something. And the thing is, I don't have an army, so I don't have no one to protect my king if shit goes down. So that's not good. I should maybe start getting an army together. But I can't afford one because I have no gold. So it's very hard. Anyways, nice. That's an update on Norland and Full Metal Soldier. Anyways, into some news, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Some Assassin's Creed Shadows news. Oh, there's a bug on my screen. A little tiny bug. What the hell? That tripped me out. An iconic Japanese shrine that Ghost of Tsushima fans helped repair has now banned all tourists after an unforgivable act was committed on its grounds. Wadasumi Shrine is an iconic Shinto shrine that is located on the island of Tsushima, the main location of Sucker Punch's Productions' critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima video game. Although this exact shrine isn't featured in the game, Gunny, fans did famously help raise $260,000 in 2021 to help rebuild this shrine after a torii gate collapsed during a typhoon. Since then, the Wadasumi Shrine has been a popular place for domestic and international tourists to visit. However, visiting the religious grounds will now not be possible for anyone besides parishioners and worshippers, Gunny. That's right. According to an official statement and announcement posted on Instagram, Gunny, the decision to ban all tourists came after a grave and unforgivable act of disrespect was committed by a foreigner. As for what the unforgivable act was, remains uncertain, but we do know that it transpired on March 22nd, just days after the Japanese government had addressed concerns over the vandalism of places of worship. As previously reported by the Tokyo Weekender, priests have been dealing with tourists smoking, littering, using ethnic slurs, and singing and dancing at certain shrines in Japan. Back in 2024, in June, Wadasumi Shrine caused a lot of controversy after it banned South Korean tourists from entering the shrine. Well, starting from March 23rd, entry into the shrine grounds will be prohibited to all domestic and international tourists, besides parishioners and worshippers. The official machine translated post mentions that staff members of the shrine have had to put up with unbearable mental anguish, Gunny, caused by the sacred grounds being desecrated, which has led to them feeling that the shrine is in jeopardy. The way in which inbound tourism is destroying the places, things, and people that Japanese people hold dear is nothing less than the collapse of Japanese culture, and we would like to express our regrets here, and will take action to protect this shrine and the hearts of the people. That's what they said. That sucks. So
yeah, that's awful.
People are being dicks at
Terrible.
like
probably just like dropping trash or whatever, or being disruptive, or
like they said, people were smoking. People are going in there doing TikTok dances and shit.
Yeah, it's a place of worship, man. Come on, have some
you don't do that.
respect, people. You
don't walk into the Vatican in fucking Rome and then fucking start dancing and doing TikTok dances in the fucking Vatican, do you? Like, come on, man. Like, these are places of work. I feel bad walking into a church in my hometown and doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, let alone like a fucking known area, like an internationally known fucking destination of worship. Like, no, dude, you don't fucking do that. Like, I don't care what religion you are. If you're not part of that religion or whatever, dude, like, it doesn't matter. You don't disrespect that religion. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna.
I agree. It doesn't matter what religion it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because even if I'm not Muslim, I'm not gonna walk into a mosque and start dancing, TikTok dancing, and smoking cigars and shit because I can. Fuck you, I can. No, like, no way, dude. Like, that's a place of worship. People go there to pray to whatever. You disrespecting that shit is not cool, man. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, I brought that article up because there was another one. I think Mayo was reading it out to me, but it's something I heard briefly on, and I think it was in Assassin's Creed Shadows where they did a hot update where I guess people were desecrating, vandalizing whatever these shrines in the game. So now you can't do it. Like, it doesn't even allow you to do it. I don't know. I didn't see the videos, but yeah. So yeah, but that's just wrong. There were probably just people streaming and putting it on YouTube and. Yeah, just being immature and disrespectful.
I think the question was they were breakable, and so they just were like, okay, we'll make it so they can't be broken. Like how in games are, some things can break and some things aren't.
I get it. It's a video game, but come on.
To have a shrine breakable,
Yeah, it's a video game, but just don't be for your own pleasure and
Regardless, dude. Like in real life, man, just don't be a dick to people. Like when you visit another country, don't be an asshole. Like. Follow their rules and their customs. Every country has their own rules and customs and the way they do shit. Don't go over there, even if you don't understand the custom or why they're doing what the fuck they're doing. Don't be disrespectful to it. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking either do it or don't visit that place. You know what I mean? Like that's very simple. Like, just don't visit. If you don't want to follow their rules, then don't visit the country. Like. It's that fucking easy, dude. Yeah. Guarantees stupid people. Some people are just dumb. Anyways, move on to some more news, Gunny. More news. Well, I have more news for you. GTA 6 map. That's right. In GTA 5 mod suffers an inevitable Take-Two takedown. That's right. The modder who released a playable recreation of the Grand Theft Auto 6 map in Grand Theft Auto 5 has now ceased all work on the project after being hit by a takedown from Rockstar owner Take-Two. Dark Space, who's the creator, had created a free-to-download Mayo playable GTA 5 map based on the leak coordinate data and official trailer shots of GTA 6 and uploaded gameplay footage to his YouTube channel. His videos and his mod hit the headlines in January as information-starved GTA fans flocked to experience a fan-made approximation of what they can expect to play officially when GTA 6 launches on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S this fall. Then last week, Dark Space received the dreaded strike notification from YouTube after Take-Two issued a copyright removal request. If a YouTube channel receives multiple copyright strikes, it runs the risk of being terminated. In response, Dark Space removed all download links to his mod, despite the fact that he has yet to be asked to do so by Take-Two, and published a response video on his channel calling out the company for his actions and suggesting that it was the result of the mod's take on GTA 6 map being probably a little too accurate. Dark Space was more philosophical in a follow-up interview with IGN. He said, "I expected this would happen based on their past takedowns. I went into this project knowing there was a possibility, and the fact that it happened does not even surprise me. Darkspace says that he believes Take-Two went after his mod because it was based on an online GTA 6 community mapping project that uses leaked coordinate points to perfectly map out the upcoming virtual space, and as a result might have ruined the surprise for players on the internet at large. He said that was probably the biggest red flag. Although most of the work on my map was based on the trailer shots, I think my map could have ruined the surprise of their map, which I get. If you spend years building out this amazing game world just to have some YouTuber spoil it, or spoil the experience of the map's shape and size and vibe, he's like, I don't want that to be removed too. The upshot is that Dark Space's GTA 6 mod project is no more, and that's not just for YouTube videos of it, that's for the entire thing. He says, well, they clearly do not want this project to exist, so it's not just under threat, it's eliminated. There's no point in putting more time into something that goes directly against what they're willing to allow. I'm just going to keep making videos that people hopefully like. I probably won't do anything else modding GTA 5 in relation to GTA 6, since it seems dangerous. But there are now concerns that the GTA 6 community mapping project could be the next in Take-Two sites. IGN has contacted the group for comments. And it says here, Take-Two does have a history of taking down fan projects. Most recently, the YouTube channel belonging to the makers of GTA Vice City Next Gen Edition, which ports the world, cutscenes, and missions from 2002's Vice Cities into 2008's GTA 4. One former Rockstar developer has defended the company's actions here, saying both Take-Two and Rockstar are protecting their business interests. Take-Two and Rockstar are a commercial company. Former Rockstar Games technical director Ovi Vermage tweeted, he said, they will take down mods that interfere with their business interest. The VC Next Gen Edition mod for GTA 4 directly competes with the Definitive Edition. The Liberty City Preservation Project, the GTA 4 and GTA 5 engine, would interfere with possible GTA 4 remasters. So there's that. It says there's no point in getting angry about it. This is what companies are supposed to do. The best we can hope for is that they allow for mods that don't interfere with their business, such as DCA 3, which is GTA 3 for Dreamcast. And so this guy was making mod. The mod was the map of GTA 6, which you could play on GTA 5 as a mod, and now he doesn't have it. So, yeah. It is what it is, man. Shit happens.
Yeah. And I assume like he said he got it from some of the trailers, but I assume the rest of it was from last year's leaks. Or does this go back to 2023? I can't remember when the leaks came out, when they were first announced, if they were any earlier than 2024. I mean,
either way, he probably had to known that they were going to take it down. Or, even if it wasn't correct, like based off the leaks or whatever, just having it up there is just going to be like bad publicity for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call. Yeah, take it down now. Right, we want some element of surprise, when we all go into this game this year. Is it going to be this year or next year? Whatever it is.
I think it'll be next year.
Yeah. See, Mayo, I think that's my problem, right? I had to call the heat today. I had a homeless guy shooting guns, So I think that's because
they're living real life GTA over there the last couple.
Right,
days.
I get. What am I thinking of now? Friday was
swatted.
Yeah, I get swatted and then I get shot at by a homeless dude, today.
What happened, Gunny? What happened? You got swatted. What happened there? We gotta hear.
No, so that was like, okay, so my son, there's this guy on that, I guess he's known him for a couple of years, but like they've got like a big Discord thing going or whatever, where there's like 20 of them in a voice chat or whatever. And I guess he was just doing dumb stuff or whatever and saying he had like, underage pornography or something. And these guys are like 18, all right, 17, 18. So then like, I won't go into specifics. Like, it's not like my son saw it, right? But the fact that he was telling people he had it and like calling people on the telephone.
Your son was saying this dude had that?
Yeah, that while in the call with like, 10, 20 other, I'll just call them kids, right? Because they could be 17, 18, 19, whatever. So that these bunch of guys that were in the call, this was like last year, that they were, just acting like fools and, immature, kids as they do, and saying, I got this child porn, whatever. I'm gonna call so and so's parents or whatever. How he got the number, I don't know, or whatever. So that really upset my son. He was humiliated, or whatever. Like, fuck this guy, whatever. So I guess that was like the last straw a year ago. So then he blocked him or whatever. But they're a mutual friend.
Wait, that guy was saying that about your son?
No, not about my son. I guess my son was offended by it. He was really offended by it that he called this person's parents or whatever, literally while they were in the phone call, like while they were in the Discord call.
Okay.
So he got really mad. My son got really upset and blocked him. Like, no, fuck you. You're not my friend anymore. You're a fucking weirdo or whatever. So long story short, he's been harassing him through another mutual friend, just talking shit and saying he's going to send pizzas to our house. And I kind of laughed at it, right? So then I was like, oh, cool, I can use a pizza, right? Like, you can send a pizza to my house. But then he said he was going to call the SWAT team and say that somebody was being murdered at the house, basically. And that's when it got really serious, So then I didn't know, because I was at work, and then my wife's calling me. And what does my wife know about, swatting or video games or whatever? Your son just went to the police department. Like, he just got up and ran out the door. And I didn't know what was going on. I'm like I didn't know he was going down there with his phone and the information or whatever through Discord, because that really upset my son that he found that out. So not that he actually did it. So and of course my wife, and I'm like, do you know what swatting is? She's like, I don't know, fly swatter or whatever. He has no idea. So that I was going to call my son, but what I did was I called the police myself, right? While I was at work, and I'm like, yo, is my boy down there, right? He goes, yeah, he's here filling out a report. I'm like, okay. Yeah, all right, just double checking. I'm at work. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, of course, I'm home 20 minutes later going, and of course he fills me in on the clues and details and stuff. So, yeah. But I mean, this guy did other stuff or whatever, but continues to make these not like I'm going to murder you threats or whatever, but just stuff like that, swatting and
Well, he keeps showing your son that he's going to call the cops on your house.
He did. Okay, he did call his boss at work. He did do that as well. So
he called your son's boss at work?
He did, because I asked my son, I go and
what the fuck?
He talked to so and so, and he goes, yeah, I talked to my boss, and he said that he did call. I was like, whoa, and this is not happening within a week, right? These are things that continue to happen over the course of months or whatever. So I think that was the last straw for my son to actually go down to the police department and say, what's up? Here's the guy's information on, Discord or whatever. Yeah. And because now, and I was surprised my wife wasn't more upset about it, but why the hell? How did he get our we didn't even know if he had our address, right? That's the thing, right? That's the thing that you don't know, if you just say you're going to do it, but I don't know, it sounds right. If he's doing these other things, calling his boss, calling somebody's parents with, saying I have these images of, terrible shit or whatever, he's I think he's going to follow through on whatever threats he has. So yeah. So I'm like, all right, okay, just, continue to block him and whatever. So I don't know. So
how did your son meet this guy? Sounds like a fucking psycho, dude.
Right? He does, huh? Yeah. And okay, but here's the other part where I'm thinking they had this, I guess I'm going to call him a mutual friend. He's been this mutual friend for a while. I'm like, but I did ask him why did so-and-so not block him or whatever? I don't know. That's where I get the information from or whatever. I'm like, okay, weird, So, yeah. I mean, he talks to his good friend all the time, right? So I doubt, he's any part of this nonsense. So I think they just, how it is, Jesus, where you've got friends and friends of friends and friends of friends. So there's 30 or 40 of them, So he's got quite a few in there. But yeah, he's 18, right? He's on Discord more than I am. So yeah, they're always playing party and community games and stuff. So
yeah,
a lot of Roblox and Minecraft and you name it, So I even joined one time with their little group on Project Zomboid. There was 12 of them. So yeah, it's this is not even half of us, okay.
Oh, so you didn't get swatted?
No, I just put it in there, but I was mad though, because I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm calling the police,
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you got
and then
actually swatted.
Yeah. And then today it was like, okay, Jesus, I need a break from Assassin's Creed. So I need a break from being an assassin. And I go outside for a little walk, like just around, and there's like a little creek by me, but you can't get across the creek, right? Unless you can jump or whatever. And then there's homeless dude over there. I don't know if he had a firecracker or what, but like it was loud. Jesus, it was loud. It was like a gunshot or something. It was close. Like we're talking 50 feet from here, whatever. I was like thinking shots fired, whatever. So then I called the popo and they came, two nice female officers, and I'm like, officers, there's a guy over there. I think he's got a gun. He's over there shooting his gun. So yeah, and then there was like, before I knew it, like when I came back around, there was like at least 8 cop cars over there. I was like, damn, that was like heat level 5, man. But I don't know, like if they ever got over there. So yeah.
So you don't know if they even got him.
Damn, it was certainly an eventful weekend for me. Normally
like
nothing. Yeah, like I don't remember the last time I ever had to call the police twice. Crazy stuff, man. So
Wow, an eventful weekend for you, huh, Gunny?
yeah, like it was good though, because I got to just chill and play Assassin's Creed all weekend, and yeah, and all day today, and
get shot at. Yeah, no big deal.
And then get shot at, right? Like I should have just stayed in the fucking apartment is what I should have done, and continued to play Assassin's Creed.
Jesus, remind me if I ever come out to visit one of you guys out west to come to Oregon.
Right. Do not come down here. Yeah. Or over here. No. Continue north. Yep. It's too dangerous over here.
I've been to Gunny's place. It wasn't bad. It's nice.
No, it's a nice neighborhood, so it's nice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
A lot of crime. It's very clean. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice. We went to that taco place. That place was good.
Yeah, like that's a historic, the downtown area. Yeah, it's nice.
We walked around there. It was nighttime. We walked around there. It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get you out here to Ohio, Jesus.
I should go out to Ohio.
Is Columbus safe, Mayo? Is Columbus safe? Can we walk around over there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Listen, it's not like Cleveland, all right? Cleveland's got shooting the fucking streets up and shit, but...
I mean, you have some bad areas downtown, but you just don't go there, I mean, it just... Okay. That's any town, right?
Yeah.
Every town has those, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Anyways... Assassin's Creed Shadows seems to have done rather well for itself, according to a new report. It's claimed that according to their sales data, which is yet to be made public, that they have managed their second biggest launch in Assassin's Creed history, Mayo and Gunny, trailing only 2020's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Valhalla had a few notable advantages over Shadows as well, since it was cross-gen. It released in November instead of March, which was just in time for the holidays, and it launched just as the COVID pandemic was forcing the Western world into lockdown. Valhalla went on to become Ubisoft's most profitable game ever made.
Wow. By
the way, the report is also apparently based on day one sales revenue. So that's kind of crazy. This is only from day one sales revenue. It says here, report states that Shadows immediately set a new record for Ubisoft on the PlayStation Store, being their best ever day one launch on Sony's digital marketplace. And while digital sales have been increasing year on year for almost 2 whole console generations now, that's still impressive when you consider all of the AAA titles the publishers pumped out on PS5 and PS4. It says here, we would assume that Ubisoft will relay much of the data through their official channels in the near future. After all, the embattled company has serious need to showcase positive growth in their upcoming financials as the fiscal year draws to a close. So there's that, but I got more news here for you. So that's the news number 1 about their sales. News number 2 about their sales is that in the UK, in good old London, in the UK over there.
G'day, how are you?
G'day, mate. What the fuck is this? Okay, what the fuck? Where's my article? There it is. In the UK, okay.
Is this still Ubisoft?
AC Shadows is now the biggest UK game launch of the year, which is even ahead of Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, it has also sold more box copies in 1 week, Mayo and Gunny, than Star Wars Outlaw managed in 3 months.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
It's a good franchise, right? I mean, it's popular. It's not as bad as some people try to make it out to be. I don't know why, but yeah, it's stale. We just need a break and this and that and whatever.
You know what?
Some say it's woke, like what? I don't know. Every game is woke to some people. I don't know why.
This is gonna be like, if GTA 5 or 6 releases this year, nothing's gonna beat that. I don't think even Call of Duty is going to beat GTA 6.
No,
if GTA 6, if GTA 6 comes out this fucking fall, nothing's gonna beat it. Nothing. There's no game out there that will be able to say we've sold more copies in our launch than Grand Theft Auto 6. No game.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Red Dead Redemption 2, right, Jesus? That we were kind of like not putting like we were kind of betting like, all right, who's gonna win, right? Like number of copies sold or whatever. Like clearly it was Red Dead Redemption 2. So GTA will just blow everything out of the water.
Yeah, it's gonna blow everything out of the water. Everything, Mayo, everything, Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here.
Not me, Jesus. I'm protesting.
Not you. Why are you protesting?
I don't know. It's woke, man. I'm just not buying it. It's fine. I don't want them to win. Okay.
I guess. If you've been waiting for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Mayo, to come to your PS5, the wait is going to be over soon. It says here, if you thought that Xbox bringing Forza Horizon to the PS5 at the end of April might be some kind of proof that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be arriving on the platform a bit later throughout the year, we have some interesting news to share following a recent rumor from the ever-reliable Dia Labs, initially and then the teaser from Bethesda themselves. They have now confirmed that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming to the PS5 as soon as April 17th. Bum, bum, bum. You guys hyped? Y'all hyped over there? The Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I mean, I've already played it, so some of it,
Okay.
I guess if you're a PS5 owner only, you could be hyped.
Okay. And other news, Half-Life news, Mayo. We've seen a lot more speculations about Half-Life 3, which apparently appears to be in the works over at Valve, super secret Valve. Okay. The rumor now is that Half-Life 3 might finally be confirmed at some point this year. But according to some people in the know, Mayo, I don't know who these people are. Some people, some insiders, okay? Some Valve insiders.
Fake insiders.
They believe that this will be the Half-Life game that ends the series.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No waiting for Half-Life 4 20 years from now, Mayo. You're going to get the full story, right?
Yeah, it's taken them this long, and, a lot of stuff's done in trilogies, so, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Was,
what do you think of them doing, like, say they do make a new Half-Life, and they would bundle it or package it with a Steam Deck, like a new Steam Deck?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, do it. There's so a lot of Steam Decks.
Like a Steam Deck 2, and then
OLED,
bundle it
OLED
with
Steam Deck?
Yeah, and then bundle it with, like, Half-Life 3. That would...
Yeah, why not? Get rid of the Steam Deck's inventory you have.
Yeah.
Bundle it with the OLED. Just fucking get rid of all the OLEDs you have stocked up. And then release the new one. And then release the new one. In other news, we got some Battlefield news for you, Mayo.
Okay.
More leaks have now surfaced from the Battlefield Labs' second playtest. And this is now confirming a few new returning features that should be good news for most players. They confirmed that 3D spotting is in this playtest. That's right. What else? What are the other features? I'm trying to... more features. 3D spotting. Blah, 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 blah. What else? Oh, you can inspect your weapon now, which was a thing that was available in Battlefield 5. What else? I don't know. Some menu changes. No one cares about this shit. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is this? So we got menu changes. You can inspect your gun and motherfucking 3D spotting. What the fuck kind of stupid shit is this? I want some more leaks. I want map leaks. I want Gulf of Omen. I want motherfucking Caspian Border coming back, Gunny. All right?
Yeah, Caspian Border. There you go.
Yeah, I want some motherfucking Caspian Border. All right, what else do we have here for news? More news. Oh, Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. Seems like Microsoft fucked up this week and they released some promotional images, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which revealed that maybe Xbox consoles may get Steam support in the future. Yeah, that's right. As Sony
Is
and
that for,
Nintendo have surged ahead in terms of console sales, Microsoft has focused on expanding their software services to new markets, including handhelds, smart TVs, and mobile platforms. It now seems that it may take the software and third party support even further by letting fans access Steam games from the Xbox app down the road. That's right. I don't think it's going to be that way. I don't think that.
Yeah,
So,
that
what
seems
I
like a
think is
weird
going.
fit.
So,
Are you
what I
referring
think
to
is
like
going.
the next console? Is that what you're maybe?
No, this is like a leak that they posted. Something about. Okay, so.
I mean, I heard about the leak, but I didn't actually like get all into it. Like, yeah, to see like what
So
exactly they're talking
this
about.
image was like a promotional image, and I think it was a promotional image for the Game Pass app, whether it was on your phone or on your PC, because you have to have the Game Pass app to play the Game Pass games or whatever. And there
Sure.
was a
Yes.
tab on the top that said Steam. Now I don't think that they're going to allow you to play your Steam games on your console. I think it's more for the PC players where they're gonna let you see your Steam library in your Game Pass app. You know what I mean? So like instead of launching Steam and the Game Pass app, you just launch the Game Pass app, which will show your Steam library in there. So you have one thing launched instead of having two things open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to be. I don't see them allowing Steam to be played on your console at home unless they do move forward with their whole like, oh, we're making a PC hybrid fucking thing for the console now where it's going to be running Windows and so might as well let it run Steam and might as well let people play
Sure.
Steam games
That
on
makes
shit.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. I don't see them doing that. I don't see Steam doing it. I could see Steam allowing them being like, okay, well, you want us to show you want to show our people be able to access their library on a console or on their app. Cool, we could partner up and do it that way. And I can see them doing that. But I don't see Microsoft letting people play Steam games on their Xbox. Maybe they will.
Yeah,
Right.
Who the
It
fuck
especially
would
knows?
be complicated, right? It would have to make sure. Yeah, I feel like that would be too almost like I feel like Mayo. That would be too much work for like not only Microsoft but also Steam, right? On the support side of things, like even with the next Xbox, to make sure that it's certified, that it's playable, right? Like I don't know, like as soon as the next Dead Cells comes out, right? Let's just say Dead Cells 2, like it's out. Like, does that mean, right? So then just hypothetically, Mayo, like, boom, does that mean I can play it now at my next Xbox because it's now on Steam? You know what I mean? Understandably, it's
then
not a AAA title, but like, yeah, somebody has to
wouldn't that
make
kind
that
of
thing
like
workable.
shoot Xbox in the foot? Because wouldn't you just, if you could buy a Steam game, right, and play it on your Xbox, wouldn't you just buy the Steam version every time of a game if it was on both?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, right. I mean, that
So
would be the thing.
so if
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed came out and you could get it for Xbox or Steam, but you could play the Steam version on your Xbox, you would just buy the Steam version and play it on your PC or on your Xbox.
I mean, or hey, I'm going to throw this in there too. I don't think I heard this from anybody else. Can I just go to like one of those key sites and put that into my Steam account, right, from
Well, you
my
can do that
phone,
in
and then
Steam.
boom, now I'm playing that on my Xbox. All right.
Well, yeah, it'd be in your Steam library, so yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be
Well,
able
yeah.
to.
I mean, I guess technically, yeah,
So
right. I'd still be buying it through Steam, but I'd have more options to buy it at a lower cost. Which I
yeah,
guess
I just don't
Microsoft
see.
doesn't care. They don't care, right? Whatever. At least you're playing it on our box, I guess. Using our
But they don't
service.
care. They don't care about the box anymore.
No.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
And
I heard.
and if
Yeah.
say I have a game that's a Steam game, right? And some reason Microsoft lets you play your Steam games on the Xbox. All right, what if it's a multiplayer Steam game? Are they gonna now require me to have Xbox Live Gold to play it on my Xbox because I am
Damn.
on the
Good.
Xbox?
Good question.
Or can I play that for free? Like Mayo said, everyone's gonna be
Right.
opting to buy the Steam versions of shit because like, well, if the Steam version doesn't require Xbox Live Gold, why would anyone buy any Xbox fucking game from Xbox? You just buy them all from Steam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Steam isn't gonna let them do that. Steam isn't gonna be like, oh, we're gonna require your players, Steam, people that buy a game on Steam that's a multiplayer game, for example, Split Fiction, Mayo, and if they want to play that on the Xbox, they're gonna have to have Xbox Live Gold.
Right.
No, people are gonna be like, fuck no. Steam will be like, hell no. That's not a requirement. You're gonna have to.
Honestly, that's the reason I bought. Like, I think they said you can like cross-play Split Fiction.
Yeah.
And I bought it on PC because I don't have Gold or Live or whatever. I don't have PS
but I think
Plus
that's one of those games that gets the freebie though. Like
it might.
Like
I'm not sure.
Fortnite.
I didn't want to.
You know how
risk
Fortnite. You know how Fortnite is free to play because So Fortnite doesn't require Xbox Live Gold or PSN. You could just play it for free as long as
for
you
sure.
have internet.
Because they're making so much money
I'm
anyway.
Sure,
they don't need it. Yeah.
Like how the crossplay would work. Because on Split Fiction, like when I invite somebody, it only lists like Steam friends or EA friends.
There has to be a code you
can you create a code or something?
There's probably something.
Check?
There's some code you could give
or maybe you have an EA account linked to your Xbox and then it will find you that way.
Oh, that would probably right. If you're playing on the
Anyways, and more news. If you've been waiting for the game Dune Awakening, so it's gonna release here on May 20th. It's a survival MMO, Dune Awakening. Okay. Well, Dune Awakening will soon be available for pre-order, Mayo, at a box price of $49.99.
I believe this is the MMO. I think I did get something about that in my email.
With no subscription fees, Mayo, and no early access launch. Though creative director Joel Bylos does point out that some editions will offer a head start access on May 15th. So that is early access, guys. Come on. Which he says will help Funcom balance the server load. He also points out that additional new servers will open on May 20th for those who want to play fresh. As for post-launch support, Doom will offer optional DLCs that will arrive with every major game update. Available as standalone purchases or bundled together in a season pass. Funcom also promises that there will be multiple free updates for the sandbox, referencing its development and support of live service games for a long time. The studio name-dropped Anarchy Online and Conan Exiles, but omits the Secret World and Age of Conan, which certainly is a choice. The announcement post additionally provides information about the games, minimum and recommended PC specs, as well as some of their specific PC features, while the devs will be hosting a live stream play session on Monday, today, at 1 p.m. It's coming. $50. Woo!
It's not bad. And then I would just add this at also that, if the game's really successful, and I hope it is, let's say a year and a half from now, it's just doing extremely well. Well, they will add a fucking service fee or whatever. There will be a subscription fee, Not yet, guys, Yeah. How about that?
Eventually, maybe, if it does really good.
But I'd rather just pay for a game like that for $49. Not try and give them $20 a month,
I mean, there's not too many MMOs out there that really charge monthly, is there? I mean, I'm trying to think. What was there, New World was free?
But I think Final Fantasy does. They do charge. I think it is a monthly
Final
fee.
Fantasy and WoW are your only two.
Yeah. Okay. So Elder Scrolls Online. So that I want to say that game is probably that probably is a $20 game. I'm just pulling this out of my ass, Mail.
Yeah.
I think it's 20 or 30. And then they do have a subscription fee.
Oh, do they?
That you could opt in on, but yeah, to me, it's a little how do I put this? You kind of want it, man. You kind of want it, right? You get better shit,
It entices you to have it, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Do you want the hobo clothes and the hobo house?
Right.
With the bucket for a toilet? Or do you want the fucking nice porcelain toilet? You know what I mean? I saw the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you definitely want this. So, I don't know. I haven't played that game in a while.
In other news, my second to last piece of news that I have for you guys. Star Citizen Studio Cloud Imperium has announced in their Sherman Club newsletter that it has formally shuttered its LA studio following last year's proclamations about its laser focus on releasing Star Citizen 1.0 and Squadron 42. This is noteworthy because at the time of Robert's letter, he said the studio was seeing its headcount shrink in order to provide business support. Now it looks like if that support is no longer needed. It is also not particularly shocking given that the mass layoffs and executive purge at the company that included some top LA office devs and was already prompting speculation about the closure of the LA studio at the top of the year. Meanwhile, last week, the European Union's Consumer Protection Cooperation Network, the CPC, issued some coordinated enforcement on video game monetization, specifically targeting breaches made by multiplayer horse game Star Stable and providing a series of principles for game developers to follow in order to ensure that they're complying with European laws. What does this have to do with Star Citizen? Well, because some of the followers of the project are arguing that those principles are being broken by CIG's own sales and marketing tactics. Portions of both the CPC's goals and their principles paper are being singled out by Redditors who use these statements to claim that limited time sales and focus on big spending whales are also not following the law and that they can be used as a new avenue to refunds. However, it doesn't really look like a clear-cut case. Time-limited sales at the CPC says unduly influence children to purchase in-game virtual currency or in-game content are the primary reason that Star Stable apparently violated the European consumer protections, as well as a lack of clear and transparent information adapted to children about buying and using in-game virtual currency. Emphasis ours that doesn't really apply to Star Citizen. The Whaley section of Principles paper might hold more water, however, as it states that video games base their business model on targeting whales are likely to target a vulnerable group of consumers, owing to the fact that consumers that are willing to spend excessive amounts of money on and in a video game, or so-called whales, may be considered vulnerable since they are likely to struggle with impulse control or gambling disorders. Granted, these are little more than guidelines provided to the games industry in order to make sure monetization design falls within their legal parameters, but it's most certainly not stopping conversations among certain followers of Star Citizen. So yeah, just here, as y'all know, Star Citizen was kickstarted for over $2 million back in 2012, and it's raised over $800 million so far. It's never going to be done.
No, it'll never be finished, right?
I don't know. So the European Union is trying to pass laws about monetization, saying that whales, or so-called whales, in games, are vulnerable since they have struggles with impulse control and may have gambling disorders. I don't know. Too many rules suck, man. I don't fucking care. I don't.
Too much government involved over there.
If you want to spend money on a game because Mayo has nothing better to do and he wants to spend $700 on fucking Gran Turismo 7 because he wants a Camaro really bad, so he spends $700 to get it.
Well, yeah,
that's on Mayo. Like no one told you, Mayo, that you needed that Camaro. You told yourself you needed that Camaro. Okay, I didn't tell you. You did. You said I want that Camaro. All right. If you are one of those rich people that want to spend a fucking $200,000 to buy a spaceship on Star Citizen, cool, man. Do it.
You go right ahead.
The money,
right?
Yeah, you got the money and you want to do it. No, I'm not saying like take a loan out from the bank and you don't have the money to spend and you buy a spaceship. I mean, that's on you. That's your decision. I'm not saying it's the right one or the wrong one. That's your choice. But if you want to be making a mortgage payment on a digital fucking spaceship, that's on you, bro. All right? I ain't judging. It's cool, man. Do whatever you want. It's your fucking money, right? Like, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. Let people do whatever they want, man.
Yeah, I think I think they were talking more.
Does certain monetization suck? Yes. Loot boxes fucking suck. Fucking battle passes suck. I fucking don't like them. I don't like loot boxes. I don't like monetization at all. I wish video games were just one fee and you get all the DLC and everything. But no, it's not that way, right? So I say keep it the way it is. Say fuck it. Stop fucking adding more rules.
Right. Right. So then I would go back to when it was Battlefront 2 that was having that issue with loot boxes. But really, at the crux of this, it's really the kids, right? The children. That's kind of the main issue with them. Grabbing their mom's credit card, right? I don't know. It happened with Fortnite. Like finally, like it took like a year and a half to kind of pay out like $80 million to these people in lawsuits about bullshit, So, but at the other side of it, I'm like, I don't like more government control, right? Because we kind of do it through on the European side. It's the PEGI 18 thing or whatever, the PEGI system. And what do we have over here that we use? I don't even know anymore. So whatever.
ESRB.
Yeah. Well, okay, but I guess those things are outside of the digital thing, right? That's more of the physical copy, but yeah. I don't know. But just be careful out there, people. Especially when it comes to your kids, right? And they're spending their microtransactions, buying these cards.
Listen, Gunny, I got another I got another thing for you. So about a month ago, Gunny, right? Right? You know the crypto Ether or whatever? It's a crypto coin. Well, a person, all right, burnt $1.38 million worth of Ether, 500 Ether, which was about $1.38 million US dollars. They sent it to a burn address on WikiLeaks, and they sent a message with them, right?
I heard about this briefly.
They said the CEOs of Kwande Investment, Feng Jin and Zhu Yuzi, used brain-computer weapons to persecute all company employees and former employees, and even they themselves were controlled. Then they'll send another message. 7 days ago, they said, or 7 days before that, they said, there is a new mode of crime in which the victim is gradually deprived of his senses of desire until he becomes a complete slave to the digital machine. And if one day I become a victim of the final stage, I will leave the world. And then 2 days before that, 2 days before the other message, as the brain-computer interface and mind-reading technology keeps developing, there's a new mode of crime in which wild animals become puppets or complete slaves to the digital machine. What do these messages mean, Gunny?
So is this Is this the thing where you're supposed to solve these things and then you win the money, right? Is that what that is?
I don't know what this is. This guy's just sending messages messages to WikiLeaks. No one knows what the fuck it means. People are saying that this guy's saying that they're using brain weapons in China. This investment company, is controlling their employees with their brain chips or some shit. What's going on, man?
Okay, this is something different from what I thought it was.
What's going on, Mayo?
I have no idea.
People are saying like Elon Musk has that brain chip, right? That chip you can put in your head that you control shit with it if you're paralyzed or whatever. But they're saying, what if China has these chips too, but they're using it already? Like they're just putting it in people. Like if you work for a certain company, you have to have this chip, and then the company controls everything that you do.
Yeah, go watch Severance.
That'd be crazy. Would you ever agree to those terms though? Who would agree to these terms? Like if someone said, Gunny, we're going to have you work for Apple. You come work for Apple. But before you start your work with Apple, we're going to have to put this chip in your head. Now, don't worry. You're still you, right? You're still you, Gunny. This chip just ensures that you don't leak any of our information out that we give you. And you're not like working for Google as well or something and leaking our information to them or Samsung or some shit. You're working for us. Like, this is some next level future shit. That's gonna happen eventually, right? Like, I think in the future that's gonna have to happen. All these companies are gonna have too much tech and too much shit that's like corporate espionage bullshit where they're gonna have to be like, no, in order for you to work for us, you have to put this thing in your head so we can see what you're doing besides work. Like, we want to be able to see everything you do. You cannot betray us. You know what I mean?
So then I guess that would be a way to stop it. Just like that TV show on Apple called Severance, right? Where Once you get in the elevator, you're still you, but you're just it's a different you, right? That you stays at work.
Yeah,
So then when you leave the elevator,
that's the best way to stop. That's the best way to stop corporate espionage. You will never have no one betraying the corporations because you never know what the fuck you do at work.
Right. Yeah.
Or like, what if like they tell you, all right, man, all right, Gunny, listen, what if they told your son, right? You know, he's trying to join the Marines or whatever, right? What if the military had that, where the military said, all right, you're signing up for, I don't know, fucking 5 years. So the minimum is 4 years, but you can sign up for 6, for 8 years if you want. All right, you sign this contract, and as soon as we send you into boot camp, step 1 is you're going to get a chip put into your fucking head, and you're not going to remember shit of what happened while you're deployed for 6 years with the military. And then when you come back out after your contract ends, we take the chip out of your head, and then you just return back to life. Would people join the military then?
I wonder, right? Like, would you want to remember it? Would it be like that thing where you're like, it was a great experience?
Okay, but listen, like you're a kid, right? You're 18 years old signing up for the military, and then 6 years of your life are gone, or 4 years of your life are gone, and you don't remember.
That's a long time. That's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time.
Like you won't even know
going to prison or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't even.
You could be like Jason Bourne out there.
Yeah, like, but do you think people, like, if they said, all right, we're gonna have like, but when you come out, listen, we're gonna have all your bills paid, everything paid. You just got to put this chip in your head. We'll control everything for you, all your finances. You come out, you're gonna have a $250,000 paycheck after 4 years. You're gonna have $250,000. This is signed over to you, $250,000. As soon as you leave 4 years. But if you die during combat or something, then your family gets a percentage of that money. Like if you were only in for 2 years and you died, then they only get half of it or whatever. But your family, whoever you designate, gets it. Like, you know, if you designate your parents or your brother, your kid, your wife, they get it. But you won't know that you, like, how would you know if you wouldn't know that you died. You would just be like, dead.
Right. Well, it would be other you, right? It would be
the other
version 2
the
of
other
you, or not version 2. But,
yeah, like the other you would have died. You would never know that you died. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? I wonder if that would increase military service or not, because you don't remember. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna like close my eyes, open my eyes, and I'll have a $250,000 check if I live.
Right. So it'd be cool. Like, I guess the cool part would be like other version of you, but then like as soon as you come back, get the chip out, and then you can be like, well, how did I do? I guess would be the first question, right? Did I win? Was I successful? I don't know.
Thank you for your service.
6 years. Is it going to feel like 6 years? That's the thing, right? You might feel like 2 days.
No, it feels like you blinked. You literally would feel like you blinked.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be a little older,
you
whatever, maybe a little gray hair, not gray hair, but
you get a purple heart. You know, you're like, what?
Yeah.
You blink, you're missing legs and an arm. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, shit. This didn't work out so well. Yeah.
I got $250,000 though.
But
you see me in my Camaro.
And you don't have to, I guess you don't have to live with the remembrance of getting fucking grenaded in a fucking foxhole somewhere.
You just have to wonder. You'd be like, where in the hell did my arms go? You know, or
they don't tell you. They just don't they don't even tell you. They just
say, yeah,
sorry, that's part of the contract.
Confidential.
We can't tell you. Yeah, like
just know that you don't have them. Yeah, the rest of your life.
Know that we thank you for your service, and you are fucked for the rest of your life. You're gonna have a lot of pain, and
but hey, you didn't have to experience the pain though. That was the good part.
And by the way, you can never attend. You can't go to this country ever again. You're not allowed to go to that country anymore. You're wanted.
You're banned from Russia for the rest of your life. I wouldn't ever go there if I were you. Like
no TV shows. We're gonna put you in witness protection. You know.
Oh fuck! Okay. But that would be like some next level. I think they need to make a movie about that, dude. They should. Think about it. We send people to war and they sign up. They just sign up like they don't. Not even to war. You just sign up to be a soldier, and you could be a mechanic for 4 years and make so much money. And they just agree to do it. Put this chip in your head, and we don't tell you what happens. You just get money at the end of 4 years if you live. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that, you know what? They need to do that for like special forces, Mayo and Gunny, right? Like the super ones, the super soldiers. Like, what are the super soldiers? Like Navy SEALs times 3. Yeah, like the Navy SEAL Rangers and Delta Force mixed together, and then put chips in their heads, and then send them to do crazy shit that no one else wants to do or no one else would even think about doing. And then if they live, cool, man, you get $250,000. That's a lot of money.
Or how about $1 million these days? Because I feel like that's not enough these days. Like at least $1 million.
I feel movie.
The government can afford it.
All of a sudden, you have some
$1 million.
You have some government official who takes control of you and has you doing stuff that you're not knowing.
Assassinate the president or some fucking crazy shit.
You wake up and you're like wanted for the president. You're like,
oh shit, you want it? Oh wait, fuck!
I got a better plot twist. I got a better plot twist, right? So you get out, chip removed, right, and then like you said, you fucking assassinated like whoever could have been the president, but then you find out like it's a Bourne thing, right? A Jason Bourne thing where there's a second chip in your head. You didn't know it.
Oh no, they're still controlling you. You thought they weren't controlling you, but they're still controlling you.
You thought you were out.
The CIA is on you.
You can never get out.
You're never out, Mayo. Oh my god.
You'd never know. Like when you were in, you'd never know.
Yeah, you never know. Oh my, this is a good movie play. We should be writing movies, guys. What the fuck are we doing on this podcast?
Right.
What are we doing?
Wasn't that Netflix? I'm just going to shift gears here for a minute. I don't know if you saw this, guys, but Netflix, there was, so you know how they strike deals with like whatever. It could be a movie producer or a movie house, right? Where, you know, you give them $20 million to make a movie, right? Or that's what they need to complete the movie. So then, but it's going to be exclusive to Netflix for whatever amount of time. So I think it was like 20 million. And the guy is like, just blew it on hookers and drugs and cars. He never made the movie. I thought it was funny. So fucking hilarious. So that was recent. That was today. I read that. But hell, I need the 20 million for, buying some hookers, cars and shit. So funny stuff. But I do have one gaming handheld news article over here. So this is from Lenovo, the Lenovo Legion Go. So they just stole the Steam Deck special sauce and maybe the handheld gaming crown. Probably not. When Valve launched the Steam Deck back in February of 2022, gaming PCs entered an all-new era in our review. Since then, we've seen several special editions and an OLED revamp for the Steam Deck. And it's still amongst our best handheld gaming PCs, but not true up until it has been in sight. So the release of the more powerful hardware like the ROG Ally stole some of the spotlight, but Valve's designer Lawrence Yang insists that the Steam Deck 2 will be only arrive when a generational leap in compute makes it necessary. Valve clearly didn't believe that the AMD Ryzen Z1 chip met the standards, and neither did its Ryzen Z2 APU, revealed earlier. Also revealed at the CES 2025 was the Lenovo Legion Go S and a new gaming handheld PC with both Windows 11 and Steam OS variants. Or, as I've been viewing it, a Steam Deck 2, but the same. Disappointingly, the Legion Go S model that followed in February touted the less impressive Ryzen Z2 Go processor and as a Windows-only configuration. However, the pre-orders for the real Lenovo Legion Go S have finally arrived at Best Buy, and by as early as May, we're set to go hands-on on a truly spiritual successor to the Steam Deck, packing the highly praised Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor and running the impressive Linux-based Steam OS. So I think the pre-orders are looking at you get the 1 terabyte for $749, but keep in mind this is only like the LED version. Let's see, which other ones do we have? Okay, so the 16 gigabyte. Oh, okay, I think this is the Steam Deck OLED. Let's see here. So yeah, then you can get there's the Go S. I guess I don't know if this one's not, but there's another version here for $829. So, but either way, I guess the reason I kind of brought this up was that we did kind of learn about this back from CES of 2025. and or was it 24? So yeah, so it's true that Steam is cool with it, right? Because Steam would rather have that OS, on other operating systems, because they can just buy everything. You're going to buy it from Steam probably anyway, right? You're probably not going to buy it through Microsoft. So, and by the way, if you do have a ROG Ally or there's one other device out there, I can't remember the name of it, but you can force Steam OS on it. It doesn't work as well, but yeah, it can still happen. So, but this one's actually official. It's going to happen, and who knows if if ROG Ally would ever allow that, or yeah, and of course the Microsoft One coming out, which is like, who's making the Microsoft One? I forgot who it is. I think that one's. I think that's. Sure. I think that one's Horizon as well, right? So yeah, that one will probably
what is
just
it,
be like
what
a
is
Windows.
the Steam Deck? What does the Steam Deck OLED have in it?
The OLED.
What does it have in terms of specs? Like what chip?
That's a good question. I totally forgot what chip it actually has. So
I'm looking at it
but still,
now.
it's still like the leader in handhelds, when it comes to like, playing traditional games on Steam. So, but I did watch some videos today, Jesus, on just how, so for example, there are previews of that Lenovo Legion Go S, with its beta, Steam OS beta installed, right? It will be like an official thing at launch, but some of the early testers that are out there, and some things on the ROG Ally, which you can force the Steam OS onto. But like, because it's like a little bit slightly different versions, right? Otherwise, you're running what's called the Windows 10 or 11 versions of video games, which you're just kind of launching through just like a regular Windows. But and of course, those are all Linux based as well. So, but yeah, there's only a slight difference, really. So, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it happens at launch, and you can configure it in different ways and get better frames. And yeah, it wasn't anything that was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get this new fucking Lenovo Legion Go S or whatever. So I don't know if it's going to be the Steam Deck killer or not. So I think it depends on how they're going to market it. It doesn't play anything different.
It's expensive, man. You still got to think about the price. A Steam Deck runs you like $400 to what?
$750. I think it's. Did I pay $750? I think it was for the OLED. That's what you paid. We paid the same amount.
The OLED is
$550, right?
$550.
There we go. I was overpricing it. Yeah.
The 1 terabyte is $649. That's the highest you can get on Steam Deck. The base version, the 256 LCD, is $400. And this fucking Lenovo Legion bullshit costs $750 out the gate, dude. Like, that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but I think it's still new. It's the new chip, right? So then that's what you're kind of paying for.
You can still just shell out, save $100 and buy a 1 terabyte OLED Steam Deck. I think people are going to be doing that more.
It's going to be the more.
Right, Mayo? Like, wouldn't you, like, if you were looking at these and you're like, oh, do I just buy a Steam Deck or do I buy, like, a third-party one?
Yeah, if it was me, like, outside looking in, I would buy a Steam one. If I already know my library is on Steam, I'm just going to go with what I know will support everything and work, like, through Steam.
Yeah.
I think so, but I would say this, like, so let's say if that Lenovo Legion Go S, whatever, does extremely well, let's say they get, they've got great advertising dollars and, it gets super massive, great reviews. And yeah, I would think like even Steam would be like, cool, we fucking put our operating system on this device so that you're buying all these games on Steam, right? With ease, and everything's kind of like being certified by that other company. Shit, we don't need to make a Steam Deck, right? But we'll continue to help people make that OS stick to their device. Like, hell yeah, we'll do that. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure they're even asking, fucking whatever, ROG, whatever. Like, hey, you want our shit on your device too? We can put it on there, Why not? It's a win-win for Steam, right? Either way.
Yeah. Yeah, either way.
That's all I got for that.
All right, well, we are out of here, I guess. I don't know. I don't have nothing else. No more news. What's coming out this week? Any big games coming out this week?
Is it the Atomic Hearts? I think it comes out Thursday. That's the one by Rebellion.
Getting good reviews.
Yeah, that's Atomic. I was watching a little bit of gameplay today.
Atomic.
Yeah, this is from.
Atomic Heart came out a long time ago.
No.
What's it
Okay, Adam Fall. I keep getting them confused. Right, Adam Fall. Yeah,
Adam Fall.
there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's from Rebellion. So the people that made the Sniper Elite series.
Okay. What is this game about?
So it's like a post-apocalyptic,
Yeah,
3D
survival.
nuclear disaster in northern England.
Okay.
Into the radioactive
All
quarantine.
reviews very positive.
Yeah. I was watching GameSpot. I guess this guy, he had already played through it already one time, and yeah, I think so. This comes out when? Let's see. I want to say in a couple days. Pre-purchase on Steam. Let's see when we got here. So, but I believe it's going to be on Game Pass. This is on Game Pass Mayo, Game Pass PC. On March 27th. So in 3 more days. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Fallout, like just kind of watching the trailers. Kind of got that vibe to it. So one of the things I was watching, if you go watch some of the trailer stuff on Steam, is like he's got like this flashlight out, but you can't. It's kind of a like not an easy game, right? So it's like so you can't have a flashlight and a gun at the same time. The bow and arrow, I think, is like it kind of reminds me of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where there's no reticle. Like you just gotta line it up. Well, I think there is actually. Take that back. I did see one today.
Yeah, I'm still
All
trying
right,
to look
well,
to see if there's
there's
anything
that.
else, but I don't see anything else jumping out at me yet.
Yeah.
It's
All
coming
right.
out.
Well, find me on everything that's Jesus Walk Slot. I'll be playing some more AC Shadows this week for sure.
And Split Fiction.
Oh yeah, it's Split Fiction with Mail. Find time to do that. Anyways, where can we find you, Mail?
You can find me on Discord mainly, is the Mayo. If not, you can find me on the PlayStation Network or on Xbox as the Mayo. What you got?
And go find me as Gunny Chief on everything Xbox, even on Steam playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
All right, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. We are out of here. Bye. Remember to share with your friends and family. Share us with everyone. Bye.
See ya.